better bet that I'm on it. Ready and set, I'ma own it. Blast it to 10, then keep going. There ain't no coasting, I never settle, don't play. Putting the kettle to flame. I go 100 all day. Foot on the pedal, no brakes. 10, 9, paid on my dues, waited in line. 8, 7, now it's about time that I take mine. 6, 5, king of the jungle, heart of a lion. 4, 3, 2, 1, watch out, here I come. This is my time. I'm on the rise, can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time, ready to shine, brighter than all of the lights. When it's game time, seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind, beating the buzzer like this is my time. This is my time. This is my shot clock goes tick-tock. Haters wish that I slip. No, I don't miss. MJ all hits. Watch me pop off, I'm the king now. Moonwalk to the ring now. Keep on wondering how. Let that choir sing now. 10, 9, paid on my dues, waited in line. 8, 7, now it's about time that I take mine. 6, 5, king of the jungle, heart of a lion. 4, 3, 2, 1, watch out, here I come. This is my time. I'm on the rise, can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time, ready to shine, brighter than all of the lights. When it's game time, seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind, beating the buzzer like this is my time. This is my time. This is my time.
Welcome to Andale High School. Welcome to the Final Four. Welcome to late November Rock Creek Mustang football. This is what dreams are made of. I'm Tyler Jackson, joined alongside legendary head coach Mike Beam. Coach Beam, the winner goes to the state championship game.
Tyler, it doesn't get much bigger than this. You know that you can tell that we're getting close to the state championship game because it's cold out here.
Oh, man.
So,
it is.
You know, I mean, this is going to be a great game tonight between two very good football teams. And like you said, it's all on the line tonight.
Absolutely. So, once again, welcome to Andale, Kansas. We're in Sedgwick County, home of the Andale Indians and the site of tonight's Class 3A Sub-State Championship. Your Rock Creek Mustangs are on the road tonight for a trip with the Kansas State Championship next Friday night.
I'm Tyler Jackson with Backroads Broadcasting.
In Hutchinson, Kansas. The trip the goal after tonight is to make it to Gowan Stadium. Once again, I'm Tyler Jackson, joined alongside legendary Rock Creek head coach, Mr. Coach Mike Beam, my friend. We got a huge game on tap for us tonight.
Yeah, I tell you. And you know, we get to play probably one of the most premier football programs in the state of Kansas. You know, they have been in this game 9 consecutive years in this Final Four game. Rock Creek's history, we've been in it 4 times. This is the 4th time tonight. So, I mean, it just shows you how good this program is.
Absolutely. So, setting the stage for the ball game tonight as we are right at a 6 o'clock kickoff. So, we're just about 17 minutes away. But setting the stage for Rock Creek, so they are the number 2 seed in the western side of the 3A playoffs. There's 4 teams alive. Of course, this is the Final Four. So number 1 and number 2 in the West is playing tonight. On the other side, in the eastern side of the brackets, we've got number 1 seed Hayden against number 2 Santa Fe Trail. Both of those teams are undefeated as well. But Rock Creek comes into tonight at 11-0, fresh off a sub-state clinching win over Cheney last week. It was a physical, grinded-out game. Rock Creek in that game put up 301 yards of offense. They forced 5 turnovers, in which Noah Valberg, our free safety, had got 3 interceptions in that game, and they held Cheney to just 51 rushing yards and 125 through the air. Overall, the Mustangs won the turnover battle last week 5-1, and in the playoffs, as you know, Coach, you've done this for a long time. That's a winning formula.
That's exactly right. And what stood out to me was resilience, you know, how they just kept fighting and fighting, because it was a physical football game. Cheney was huge, and, you know, we played really well. But you mentioned Noah Valberg and Jackson Pendle. Both those guys played extremely well in the secondary. And we expected our offensive and defensive lines to play well, and they did. they struggled a little bit on offense in the first half, but really played solid the second half. And we are getting used now to seeing Tate control the ball. And then if you can get Zion running the ball, and he had 105 yards rushing and on 25 carries and a touchdown, we got to have him big tonight again.
Absolutely. And so looking at Rock Creek, their season profile. So when you zoom out and you look at the Mustangs' body of work, it's been pretty impressive. They've amassed 4,320 total yards this season while allowing just 1,685. That's more than a 2.5 to 1 advantage. So we're looking at 2,300 passing yards, 2,000 rushing yards. They've had 31 passing touchdowns and even 31 rushing touchdowns. And honestly, Coach, it doesn't get much more balanced than that.
This is the most balanced offense, But the engine that runs this thing is, of course, Zion. He sits at 1,537 yards rushing, 21 touchdowns. He's averaging nearly 140 yards per game. But what makes Rock Creek so tough is a combination of Zion Bell and then Tate Smith's efficiency. He's done a great job since he's taken over as a starting quarterback. 67% of his passes, completions, and 24 touchdowns. And I believe he has 2 interceptions, which is pretty phenomenal for a sophomore quarterback.
Absolutely.
And then the 3 receivers, 4 receivers he'll throw to, but 3 of those guys, Skinner, Perkins, and Martini, all have catches over 70 yards.
That's a lot of explosion in one space for sure. And we also can't forget, we've been talking about the offense for the last couple minutes. We also can't forget how dominant the defense has been. Opponents have averaged just 59 rushing yards per game. Rock Creek's had 28 sacks on the season, 14 interceptions, and they've had 20 takeaways. They've forced 20 turnovers. That is an identity of a team built to win in November.
Maybe the best defense I've seen at Rock Creek since I've been around, and I've been around every year but the first year of the school. So
absolutely. And then, of course, there's the mighty Andale Indians. This team that we're facing tonight, Coach, isn't just a great team. It's not just a great winning culture. It's actually, honestly, one of the best storied programs in the history of state of Kansas football. So Andale enters tonight, of course, as the defending state champions. They're on a 24-game winning streak. The last time they lost to Cheney at state in the sub-state in 2023. And before that, they had a 57-game winning streak. Their head coach, Dylan Schmitz, he is 108-4 in his time in Andale with another strong record and obviously one of the highest scoring offenses in Class 3A. They put up points in bunches all season, and when you look through their film, the same themes always appear: physicality, discipline, and execution.
Well, this is a program with a championship pedigree. Dylan Smith played here for Andale, too, and they've outscored their opponents 703 to 76. Now, I'm going to say that one more time. 703 points to 76 in 11 weeks this year. Of course, their first game of the year, they scored 104 points against El Dorado, and, you don't hear of that very often in 11-man football, sometimes an 8-man. But the type of offense they want to run reminds me of, or was similar of what we like to run, and they're gonna take more guys and get more guys at the point of attack than your defense has, and they're just going to wear you out and stay after you. And they're just very physical, and they don't hurt themselves.
Absolutely, and their offense so far this season has 3,790 rushing yards with 74 rushing touchdowns. Their closest game has been by 40 points. They average 63 points a game. They've had 107 total touchdowns scored on the season, which is it reminds me of an old school Mike Beam coach team from Rock Creek. It's
a mind-blowing. Those are just mind-blowing numbers. They just. It's a dynasty. If you talk about football dynasties, this is one.
Absolutely. And also their defense is the real deal, too. They tackle well in space. They show a lot of discipline in their run fits, and they don't make many mistakes. That's one thing about it. Talk to Dylan Schmidt, Coach Schmidt for Andale. He'll say the only team that beats Andale is Andale.
Yeah.
They don't beat themselves very often, and they're rarely out of position. They pressure the quarterbacks without blitzing heavy, and they've keyed several big wins this year by winning third downs.
Yeah, and history tells the story. If you're going to beat Andale in their house, you have to play your best football of the year. Rock Creek is absolutely capable of winning this football game.
Yes, they are.
But we've got to dominate each quarter, and we have to execute, and there's not a lot of room for error. The margin of error is going to be tight tonight.
Yeah, we've been watching this Rock Creek team all season, and honestly, this is the best shot that Rock Creek's had to beat Andale, and this is the best shot that Andale's going to get all season long. And so, as the teams were getting ready, wait for them to come out to the field, it sounds like here at Andale Stadium at Andale High School, there's quite the fireworks display as Andale runs out onto the field. I mean, why would you not? If you just don't lose, you might as well, and you're dynastic, you might as well have some big fireworks to bring your team onto the field. But we'll break down the routes to victory real quick for Rock Creek. It's a little chilly in this press box, and I think my face is a little cold. But let's go ahead and break down tonight's routes to victory for Rock Creek. So, Coach, what do you think? Do we have to start fast and set the tone?
We do. Andale loves to control the game with early momentum, quick scores, long drives, and heavy body blows. They're gonna pound the rock. They're gonna just hammer that ball inside. When we talked about 3 yards, you give me 3 yards, and that's their motto too. I mean, they just want to control that ball. So we have to make sure that we flip that script. Score first, get a defensive stop early, and take the crowd out of it.
Absolutely. And for Rock Creek, they have to stay ahead of the chains. 2nd and 8 against Andale is going to feel like 2nd and 12. They have to avoid negative plays. That's so crucial for tonight. Zion Bell, our bell cow, has to stay on schedule. Short second downs, manageable third downs. That's how Rock Creek keeps the offense balanced.
Yeah, Andale's offense, they punish mistakes. They take advantage of any mistakes you make. They've created, you talked about it earlier, how many turnovers they've created too. Rock Creek's linebackers and safety must read their keys. They can't look in the backfield. They have to stay on their keys, and they have to force third and medium consistently to get this defense, off the field. You're going to see also that Andale's probably going to push the ball, and they're going to go for it on 4th down a lot because they know they can get those tough yards.
Absolutely. And so looking at the routes to victory for Andale, so let's see what they needed to punch their tickets to the £90. The Mike linebacker for Rock Creek is Ezra Spiller, number 7, a great all-around utility player. He's actually a great catcher for the Rock Creek baseball team as well. He stands at 6 foot, 220 pounds. Carson Taburin, the Sam linebacker, is 6 foot 1, 195 pounds. And then the secondary, we've got Jesse Lies, 6 foot 2, 165 pounds. Noah Valberg, 3 interceptions last week. He's 6 foot, 175 pounds. And then we have Jackson Pendle, once again, a great all-around player and an incredible kicker. He's got a long leg. I was at practice yesterday, Coach. He was knocking some long ones down, bro.
Oh, he hit 62 one day in practice, yeah.
Did he really? Yeah, so that rounds out the Rock Creek lineup. And then, of course, going through the offensive lineup for Andale. Their quarterback, number 15, Sam Harps, 185-pound senior. Afton Allaire, number 34, 220-pound junior. Halfback, we've got Lane Parthamer, 175-pound senior, wearing jersey number 2, and then Jack Horsch, another 195-pound senior. This is the backfield for the Andale Indians. The receivers, we got Ethan Eck and Hunter Grimes, both seniors, one 195 pounds, the other one's 220 pounds. And then we have Caden Fowler, Emery Kraft, Rick Bertamati, Trey Hammertheim, and then Brody Winter is our starting offensive line. As we are now meeting at half field for the coin toss on it's a 51-degree evening. It's a beautiful night, really, for some November football. It's not as moisture-laden as it could be, Coach. I mean, it was raining pretty good in Manhattan. If this would have been at the Rock, man, we could have had quite the footing underneath us.
It would have been more like a swim meet than a football game because it would have been really wet.
Absolutely. As it looks like Andale won the toss. As we'll get some word, as they do have a microphone on him, so we should be able to hear it. Andale won the coin toss. They want to receive the ball to start off. And Rock Creek is going to be defending the west. So this field goes east to west. The Rock in context goes north to south. Bill Snyder Family Stadium goes north to south. David Booth Memorial Stadium at Kansas goes north to south. But this one's a little bit different. This one goes east to west. And honestly, Coach, do you think with that north wind that's kind of a crosswind for this field is going to have any factors tonight on the game?
Well, I would think it'd have, on the kicking game, it could be a little bit strange to catch a punt. And then also on the passing game, it may make the ball fly a little bit different.
As we're going to step aside real fast for the playing of the national anthem.
Here I come, this is my time. I'm on the rise, can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time, ready to shine, brighter than all of the lights. But when it's game time, seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind, beating the buzzer like, this is my time. This is my time. This is my time. This is my time. I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down. I'm too fly. This is my time. Ready to shine. Brighter than all of the lights. That's when it's game time. Seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Beating the buzzer like this is my time.
All right, lots of explosions, lots of fireworks in the air. Once again, welcome back to Andale, Kansas, Sedgwick County, South Central Kansas. Welcome back to Andale High School, the site of the Class 3A western side of the brackets sub-state championship. We've got number 1 Andale sitting at 11-0 against number 2 Rock Creek, also sitting at 11-0. I'm Tyler Jackson, joined alongside by Coach Mike Beam. Also, we've got Xander Dick down on the field. Welcome to this Backroads Broadcasting production, the preferred partner of USD 323 Rock Creek Mustangs Athletics. Coach, we've got a good game on tap tonight, my friends.
I tell you what, this is a great high school atmosphere. Huge crowd, bands playing, a little cool air. If you can't get excited to play in a game like this, you can't get excited. So I'm looking forward to this game.
Once again, to reiterate, Andale did win the coin toss. They did elect to receive the ball. Again, this field goes east to west, and Rock Creek is going to be defending the west. And so Jackson Pendle will be going out to kick this ball off as we're just moments away from one of the biggest games in Rock Creek history, one of the biggest games in the entire state of Kansas tonight. We are so grateful to have you alongside us. As of right now, we got 245 people watching on YouTube. Thank you for watching on YouTube. Of course, if you do leave any comments, remember the Keisha Rule 52 for sportsmanship. If you could adhere to that, we sure would appreciate that. All right, Coach, here we go, my friends. It's been a long time coming. Rock Creek's had we talk about Andale's culture. It's easy to talk about Andale's culture, but really Rock Creek has a big culture themselves from the little kids on up, and everybody's getting bought into the Mustang culture.
Oh, I tell you what, it has developed over the years, and it's been fun to see grow from the ground up.
As Jackson Pendle's got the ball teed up, he's got some boot on ball. It's in the end zone, and Andale's going to kneel this one down for a touchback, and they'll take over first down and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
People don't realize how tough it is or how big of asset that is to have your kicker put it in the end zone every time or close to it every time, because now they don't have to worry about covering a kick return. But now we need to set the tone on defense here against Andale.
Now, one thing about watching film on this Andale team that you'll see that makes them so tough is they huddle up about 5 yards off. Here comes the center. The center's going to line up. The rest of the team's going to rush up to the field. They're going to rush up to the line. They're going to snap the ball. They're going to throw this one off. This is going to be a big gap through the right side. This is going to be Lane Parthener is the ball carrier right here. Of course, it's usually a wing T set that they run most of the time. You've got Sam Harper at quarterback, Lane Parthener, number 2. Afton Allaire is number 34, and then Jack Horsch is number 24. And whenever they do a wing tee like this, there's tons of trickery that you can do.
There is a lot of misdirection and a lot of power. You're going to see a lot of people coming through the hole.
As they get set, as Andale always gets set pretty quickly, there's going to be a flag on the play right here. And it looks like they're going to be showing encroachment on Rock Creek. As the home crowd sure enjoys that call.
And that's another thing, too, Tyler, that they will do the hard count kind of like we do, but it's really effective because they snap the ball so fast and then every now and then they won't snap it. So we have to, our nose guard, our interior linemen have to really watch that ball, but they got to get off the ball fast.
Well, it's one of the identities that Andale is. I mean, it's watching film. This is why they are who they are, and of course, that is an encroachment that was confirmed, and that's going to be good enough for a first down for Andale. So they'll move the chains. There'll be a first down and 10. They'll have the ball at their own 30-yard line. So you see 5 yards off the huddle, just off the line of scrimmage is where this huddle is. You'll watch the center comes out. They'll get the play. I mean, it's pretty fascinating to watch these guys. And, honestly, just kind of watching this the way we've been breaking down Andale the whole time you've been here. So you see the center come off the ball. There goes your wide out. Here comes the line. They rush up. They all get lined up. There's no audibles. There's nothing. They call the play, and they run it. They give this to Parthener. Parthener's not going to get any on that play. Gets stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Great job. And if you notice, Wade Rottinghouse is getting up there last. He shot across the line and took out the lead blocker, and then Ezra Spiller just cleaned it up.
I mean, it really is a pretty intimidating offense to watch Andale do what they do. How many times do you think a team actually beats themselves before they actually step foot against this team?
Yeah. Well, it kind of psychs you out, too. I mean, mentally, the way they pound you and run at you.
I mean, just to watch them get lined up is so fascinating. This one's going to be a quarterback keeper that's going to be kept by Sam Harp. Look at that was number 54 for Rock Creek getting in on that one. That was Marcelo Ibarra. We've been saying his name a few times. He's a role player here in the playoffs. We've said his name a couple times now. He got in there and made that stop, and that brings up a third down and 5 yards to go, Coach.
And that's what we like to see. We want to try to get them behind the chains as much as possible.
Absolutely. As Andale rushes up once again, gets sets. Harp is going to actually step back. He's going to look out at the offensive line, kind of see if there's going to be an audible. He's going to get back underneath center. They're going to hand this ball off. That's their big back. Oh, look at him thundering through. That's going to be number 24. That's Jack Horsch making his way through there. Jack Horsch, I mean, that is a big football player. Number 24, he stands at 195 pounds. It just comes in there. He's about 6'1", 6'2", powers his way through and gets the Andale first down.
One thing that they're not real big this year. Their linemen aren't near as big as they've been in the past, but they are so strong and quick. And they get down in that 4-point stance, and they just drive hard off the ball. So if you notice, their helmet's going to be lower than our helmet, and if that stays that way, we're in trouble, so we got to get low.
Well, look how low they start off. As Harp's going to keep this ball, he's going to roll out. He's going to get back up. Misses Corday Kirksey. He gets Nick brought down. Nick Allen's one of those jerseys we see. Gets stopped at the line. With forward momentum, is going to get a gain of 2 yards on that play. But that was a good example of one of the different styles of runs that Andale will do out of this wing T offense.
Well, and we're going to see Sam Harp as the quarterback run the ball a lot tonight. I believe he's their leading rusher. He's averaging 155 yards a game rushing, and he's a good passer also. But when they pass the ball in this type of offense, you always just tell your quarterback it's like a hand grenade. Just get it close and then let the guy run under it.
Absolutely. As Rick Bertamati, the center, runs up, here comes the rest of the offensive line. Look like there's a little bit of movement, and there is. Look at that. They're going to throw the flag on that one. There was some undeniable movement on the offensive line. We'll see if they'll confirm that. They should. Yep, that's a dead ball. Yep, false start on the offense. They're going to push that one back 5 yards. And so that'll be a second down and 13 to go. If Rock Creek can have that happen every drive, that would be a good thing for them tonight.
You don't see that very often, but that is huge for us to get them behind the chains. So we have second and long here, but it's probably still a running down for them.
As they're going to pitch the ball now. That one's going to be stopped at the offensive line. Let's see who was it that was rushing. That was number 41 for, that would be Drayton Danzel, the 185-pound junior. He's actually one of the linebackers on the defensive side of the ball, was the ball carrier on that play. Again, lots of people, like you said, it's there's a lot of hats trying to get down. They do everything by committee.
Yeah, our defensive line just has to take out the lead blockers, and then our linebackers will clean it up. And that time, Caden Payton and Nick Allen were there to make the tackle for a short gain. So now we're third and long.
They're down in 12 as Rock Creek's showing a 4-3 defense. They're going to fake the pitch. Sam Hart's going to drop back. The pocket's going to collapse. He's going to find his man's on the outside. That's going to be Lane Parthamer. Parthamer's got space right here. He's got room to run into Rock Creek territory, down to the 25-yard line. So Rock Creek had them down 3rd down and 12. They throw a wheel route to Lane Parthamer, the halfback. He gets a huge gain on the play, and that's a massive first down for Andale.
Yeah, no, we had them right where we wanted them. And we covered the pass downfield really well, but then they snuck the back out of the backfield.
As they're going to hand the ball off this time this goes to Jack Horsch. He gets stopped in the backfield by a combination of Corday Kirksey, and then also Rock Creek's number 54. That's going to be Marcelo Ibarra, yet once again getting in on that action. Yeah, Marcelo has actually had a couple plays early in this game where he came off the ball and took out the lead blocker, and he's doing a real good job. But our defensive line has done the job. I mean, if it wasn't for that long pass play, we've done a good job of controlling that line of scrimmage, which is very, that's what we need to see. So far, so good for the Rock Creek defense. They're kind of figuring this out, and they're going to give it a seat. I mean, once again, this time they're going to give the ball back to Parthamer, Lane Parthamer. He's the one that had that big catch. He's going to get a gain of 2 yards on that play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 8 to go, Coach. Right, and that was an inside counter, and Corday Kirksey just blew it up. He took on the lead blocker, and then Ezra Spiller also made the tackle. 6:16 left here in the opening possession. So far, this is the lone drive on the game, as Harp's going to come back around, get a little misdirection. They're going to give this ball off to Jack Horsch. Get in there. That's a big, solid tackle by Rock Creek's number 10, Wyatt Wells. Oh, sorry. That's number 18. That was Caden Payton. Hey, the bandit linebacker getting in there. And Caden was out last week with that concussion, so it's good to see him back on the field, and he's had a couple big tackles already this game. Absolutely. Hey, we'll shout out Wyatt Wells anyway. He's a good kid, so we'll give him a name drop, as well as Caden Payton, as this brings up a huge 4th down and 5. Harper's going to roll back out. He's got pressure. He's going to throw the ball back far side. This one is going to be caught by Jack Horsch. There's going to be a flag on the play. Horsch is going to get into the end zone. Everybody's going to be looking. That one took the wind out of the sails on the home sideline. And so that one is going to be, it looks like it's a hold. Early indications show it's a hold. The back judge is showing it's a hold. Discussing it with the white hat. We're going to confirm it right here. Well, they set up a screen, and it was really a good call by Coach Smith. They rolled Sam Harp off to the right, and then they set up that throwback screen to the left, and he had a path to the end zone, and I'm not for sure what the call is going to be here. I mean, it was such a holding call. I mean, I'd be surprised if it wasn't. Yep. Yep. So, State of Kansas, it's a spot foul, and so from where that hold took place, pushing it back 10 yards, it was good enough for a 1st down. Thankfully, it negated that touchdown. So far, the 2 big plays that have hurt us are pass plays. Yep. So we're doing a great job on the run. Absolutely. As Harp's going to keep the ball right here. Corday Kirksey's got him the whole time. Corday Kirksey wrote his jersey down. Man, he was joined alongside by Marcelo Ibarra. I'm not sure how Corday was in there so fast because he just closed down the line of scrimmage, and he, like you said, he was holding on to Sam Harp as he was running through the hole. Well, we knew for Rock Creek to have a chance tonight, it would come down to the defensive line, and so far the defensive line has been really matching Andale very well. They're doing a great job of coming off the ball and staying low, and then, like I said, the linebackers are playing tough. Under 5 minutes here in the first quarter, they're going to give the ball off to Jack Horsch. Horsch is going to gain a few yards, not quite enough to move the sticks. It's going to bring up 3rd down, and they're calling it 4 yards to go. And they're getting within the 10-yard line now for the Andale Indians offense. It'll be interesting to see how this field holds up also with the pounding of this offense. Absolutely. As Harp's going to keep the ball. Harp's going to go straight up the middle. He's going to dive. He's going to reach out. He's going to get across the white line, and that is an Andale Indians touchdown. So far, that drive lasted 7 minutes and 37 seconds. You know, you hate to see us give up that drive, but I tell you, they had to work for every yard of that drive.
our defense played really well. We just got to make sure we stay after it, and we just got to match them.
That's exactly it. The offense hasn't touched the ball yet, and one of the key impacts of the game to start out was talking about how Andale loves to put together those 10 to 12-yard runs. I mean, that was a 7-minute and 37-second opening possession play as they go for two. Looks like they're getting pretty close to the line. They call it, and they do get the two-point conversion. So with 4:23 left here in the opening quarter, it's Andale 8, Rock Creek 0. What can the Rock Creek offense do? We'll find out here coming up in just a few moments. You're listening to the Back Roads Broadcasting exclusive coverage of Rock Creek Mustang football.
Overwhelmed with receipts, invoices, payroll, and balancing your books? Keeping your financial records organized can be time-consuming and confusing. Contact Cheryl with Sunflower Consulting and Bookkeeping. She provides expert services to help your business stay on track. She ensures your books are ready for tax season, avoiding any last-minute stress. Call Cheryl for a free consultation at 785-506-4008. Reliable, professional, and affordable bookkeeping services you can count on.
Once again, welcome back to Andale High School. That was a 80-yard drive taking 7 minutes and 37 seconds off the clock for Andale as they scored, and they converted the two-point conversion, so it is 8-0. But we still haven't seen the Rock Creek offense have the ball just yet, and that's going to be coming up here momentarily. Coach, what was your thoughts on that opening?
Well, I'm really encouraged with how our defense played. They played really well in that drive. You know, it would have been nice to keep them out of the end zone.
As Luke Skinner takes the kickoff, he's going to try to get around the end. It gets closed pretty quickly by Lane Parthener of Rock Creek. Luke's going to step out of bounds at the 29-yard line, and that is where Rock Creek is going to take over first down and 10. So it is. It says it's 46 degrees according to my Garmin watch. We've got some moisture, as you can see on the camera. It's not as raining as hard. It's not rain like it was in Manhattan all day or St. George all day. It's been more of a heavy mist, but that field already looks like it's beat up in just one drive.
Yeah. No, it's chewed up pretty good. So by the end of this game, it could be pretty rough.
As we got two receivers to the left, one to the right. Smith is in background. He's going to hand the ball off to Zion Bell. Bell's going to get tripped right at the original line of scrimmage. He's going to be able to get a couple yards on the play. He's going to be brought down. It's going to be a second down and an 8 to go for Rock Creek.
Zion, he hit the hole extremely hard,
yes,
and I think maybe he tripped on Nick Allen as he was pulling around.
We got Peter Martini, the lone receiver, to the right. Two receivers to the left. Smith is in shotgun with Zion Bell sitting at his left, and that's going to be a false start. Wade Rottinghouse, a little early movement. It was more of less movement, and honestly, it looks like he kind of fell backwards a little bit. Yeah. But nevertheless, it's going to be a 5-yard penalty and move back Rock Creek by 5 yards.
Okay, so that was Wade's one penalty for the game. He had one last week, too, on a movement like that, so he's done.
Yep, absolutely. Hey, son, that's 10 push-ups. Get back at her. And as we got two receivers to the rights, Peter Martini to the rights, Tate Smith's in shotgun. He's going to fake the handoff to Bell. He's going to throw the RPO. That's going to be Ethan Tonzer, actually, on the right side that catches that ball. It's going to be plus yardage. He's going to get out of bounds. It's still going to bring up third down and 7 yards to go for Rock Creek.
Well, and that's one thing. I watched about 7 or 8 games that they've played this year, Andale, and they haven't faced a passing offense like our offense. And so I'm hoping that we can pick on these defensive backs.
Absolutely. As Martini and Luke Skinner are on the outside, we've got Jacob Perkins and Tonzer to the right. Smith is in shotgun with Zion Bell to his left side. A hard count to try to draw them off. Andale's going to stay zoned down as Zion Bell's going to change from left to right. As the home stands are starting to make some noise. It's actually a pretty loud home crowd for a high school game. There's going to be some movement on the offensive line. It looks like they're already going to be moving the down stick back. Oh, they're going to call it delay of game on Rock Creek.
Well, and one thing, there's actually play clocks on this field, which we don't have at Rock Creek, but it's, so Tate's going to have to really pay attention to that play clock and burn a timeout there if we have to.
2 penalties this drive. That's not helpful. But there's trips to the right, single receiver to the left. Smith's in shotgun. He's going to roll out. He's going to keep his eyes down the field. He's going to run out of room. He's going to throw the ball. Not a very good throw. Not really a good attempt. He was trying to get it to Ethan Tonzer. It's going to fall incomplete. And that's going to bring up a 4th down and 12 and almost a punting situation for Rock Creek.
Well, like you said, we can't get behind the chains like that. We can't have penalties. We need to play a clean game. But now we need to get down there and cover that punt.
Absolutely. So after that monster drive, it was basically a 5-yard drive for that Rock Creek offense. Jackson Pendle, thankfully, the punter, deep. He's able to boot the ball deep. And so hopefully he can get the ball clear back to where Andale, once again, has to cover the majority of the field. And that is a pretty good punt. That's going to take a Rock Creek bounce. They are going to pick that ball up and run with it, as that is going to be brought back by Andale's number 12. That's going to be returned by Javen Danzel. Javen Danzel is going to bring that ball back, get some pretty decent field position for Andale to start. 1st down and 10 from their own 35-yard line.
Well, now we need to make another defensive stand. Like we said earlier, it was mainly the 2 pass plays that they got their chunk yardage off of. We did a good job of controlling the line of scrimmage. We just have to stay after it and keep controlling the line of scrimmage and make them drive, put together long drives, and hopefully they can make some mistakes.
It was a really encouraging drive the first time, despite Rock Creek scoring. 7 minutes and 37 seconds and 80 yards. With a play like this, as Harp's going to keep the ball, he's going to spin around, he's going to keep it himself. He's going to get a pretty good chunk of yardage. He's going to get a gain of 6, it looks like. Yep, you're going to get a gain of 6. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 4 to go for Andale.
You will see a lot of that, of quarterback counter and quarterback power out of Sam Harp. Like I said, he was their leading rusher. And he, if you can keep the ball in the quarterback's hand, you have a lot less chance of turning it over. And then in this offense, he's going to do that a lot.
75 rushing yards on the season for Andale's. A flag gets thrown. They do hand that ball off to Jack Horsch, another run straight up the middle. And it looks like, it's early indication that one might be, looks like Andale might have been lined up in the encroachment on Andale. Yep. They were showing the encroachment sign. It's like, wait a second. Yeah. Then Rock Creek starts celebrating, and they did call that a 5-yard penalty on Andale. So they're going to move the ball back 5 yards for the Indians.
And that is 2 penalties now on Andale. And every game that I watched, they hardly made a mistake like that. So we need them to keep making those mistakes.
As once again, Andale's offense hurries back up to the offensive line. Again, it is pretty wild to see as they hand the ball off to Lane Parthamer. Parthamer is going to power his way through the left side seam. He's going to make his way up, and they are going to call that one a 1st down and 10 as they advance the chains and get yet another 1st down.
But, Corday Kirksey made that tackle, and he came from his left defensive end, scraped down the line, and caught that guy from behind.
Absolutely. As they're going to give this one off, that one goes to the fullback. That's going to go to number 34. He's got space. He's going to be running. That one goes to Afton Allaire. His first touch on the evening, the 220-pound junior. Stumbles and fumbles his way all the way down to the 29-yard line. So a huge gain from the 47 down to the 29. So a gain of, let me do some fast math, 24 yards on that play for Afton Allaire.
And Caden Payton saved a touchdown right there with a shoestring tackle.
Yes, he did. As Harp's going to take the ball, keep it himself, they're going to blow this call dead. And once again, the side judge is indicating encroachment. On which side? Who knows? It's been on both sides. You don't see encroachment on the offense very often.
They must be crowding the line of scrimmage with their linemen, and one of them must be, we don't have a very good angle right here. One of them must be lining up in the neutral zone.
Yeah, his helmet must be kind of just tipping the scales just a little bit. And, we had one in the opening drive that was called on Rock Creek. There's been 2 in this drive called on Andale. So everybody gets pretty excited once they get up to the line. So Sam Harp's going to keep this ball, try to push his way to get back to the original line of scrimmage. He's going to get pretty close. Going to get a gain of a couple of yards on that play, and that's going to bring up a 2nd down, and that's going to be 2nd down and 11 to go. So a gain of 4 for Sam Harp, the quarterback.
So any of the old Rock Creek football players that are listening right now, that's the old wedge play that we used to run. Get up there and just wedge it with all the linemen together and follow the blocks.
These do look like some really old school Mike Beam teams. Kind of watching the wing tee and just the way that Andale, it just really is pretty impressive how they just hurry up, rush up to the line as Sam Harp rolls his way out. He loses his footing again, kind of highlights, as you can see on your screen, kind of the condition of the field already through 3 drives and not even quite through the first quarter as we are down to 40 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. But the good news for Rock Creek right there, that play, that stop on Harp brings up 3rd down and 8 to go.
It does. It was a good stop. I was afraid he was going to break it outside, but when he cut back up, it is getting a little sloppy out there, and that was to our advantage that he slipped and fell.
As Bertamati gets to the line, he's going to hank the ball off to Harp. Harp's going to give the ball to Jack Horsch. Horsch is going to get a couple of yards before he gets stopped. Importantly for Rock Creek, that's going to bring up a 4th down and 6 to go. The first 4th down on the opening drive was a wheel route to Lane Parthener, and one of the longest gains of the entire evening, as that is going to be the end of the first quarter. Coach, so far so good. It's still kind of the game that we expected, but at the end of 1 from Andale Stadium here in Andale, Kansas, it's the number 1 ranked Andale Indians 8 and your Rock Creek Mustangs 0. So, Coach, give me your first quarter analysis on this. What's your thoughts after that first quarter?
Well, they're doing what teams like Andale that like to run the ball. What I was worried about, they've controlled the possession, time of possession. Did we have 3 offensive plays and a punt, or maybe 4? We didn't have very many offensive plays.
We had 5 with 2 offensive penalties.
Yeah.
There was the false start, and then also there was the delay of game.
That's right. And they've put together 2 long drives, or in the middle of their second one right here. We've got to be able to touch the ball. We've got to be able to have the ball to score. And so we're going to have to get a stop here. I would look out for that screen again, or, the double reverse. They have an inside double reverse like we used to run. That is a tough counter play on this.
As we got a huge 4th down now, Harp's going to get up to the ball. He's going to roll out. He's going to look downfield. He's going to throw the ball. That's going to get caught. That's going to be caught by number 24, Jack Horsch. And that's going to be, that's a 1st down for Andale.
Great hit by Jackson Pendle, but Horsch was able to hold on to the ball. He tried to jar it loose. Just wasn't tight enough coverage. But like we said earlier, Sam Harp can throw the ball. He has a nice passing motion, and he put it right where it needed to be.
As we got another 1st down and 10 for Andale, Harp's going to keep the ball. He's going to go straight up the middle. He's going to be brought down by a whole host of some familiar names for Rock Creek. He's going to get inside the 10-yard line down to the 9, and that's going to be a 2nd down and 5 to go for Andale.
Well, we keep scrapping and we keep fighting. We just have to either create a turnover here or get a stop on downs. This is a tough spot to be in when they get the ball inside the red zone, especially inside the 10. They're tough to keep out of the end zone.
Absolutely. As they're going to hand the ball off, that's going to go straight up the middle. Jack Horsch is going to be the ball carrier on this play. No, my apologies. That's Afton Allaire. That is the ball carrier. 34 versus 24. It's they're getting kind of far side of the field, and there's a little bit of moisture on the glass here in the press box at Andale High School. But that's going to be a 3rd down and 2 to go now for Andale. Again, there's been several 3rd downs. It hasn't come easy for this Andale offense.
No, our defense is doing a great job. They just got to stay after it.
Yeah, absolutely. As they're going to give this one, it's going to go straight up the middle. This one is going to be another 1st down, as that's going to be another 1st down for the Andale Indians.
And that was Drayton Danzel that was carrying the ball that time. They have a whole stable of running backs.
They really do.
They switch a lot of personnel in the backfield, offense and defense. The only thing that stays consistent is their offensive and defensive lines.
As they rush back up to the offensive line once again, they give the ball leaping up over, getting pretty close to the end zone. They're calling for a touchdown. The players are. The side judges have their hands in the air saying, hey, not so fast. as I think that was Drayton Danzel. Yeah, once again, big, tall, lanky, number 41. He's a 185-pound junior. Makes the big leap. Kind of gets mad at himself for not making that touchdown. He got pretty close, but that's going to bring up a third down. That's going to be a second down to go now for Andale, as we do have a Rock Creek Mustang down on the field. So, Coach, this is kind of where Andale makes their money, right? They just chew up clock. They just run the ball, pound the ball, pound the ball, run the ball, pound the ball.
They do a successful drive for them. Like I think you said in the keys to victory, is 10, 12, 15 play drives that take 6 or 7, 8 minutes off the clock. That's a successful drive for them. I think they would prefer that over breaking long runs and putting their defense back out there. It's just a tough task for our defense.
Absolutely, and then you get Rock Creek to come out and have a 1 minute. I paraphrase, but a 1 minute 5-play drive, and that makes it tough to. And then you get the defense back out once again. As the injured player for Rock Creek was Nick Allen, he's helped off the sideline. The ball goes straight up the middle once again. Rock Creek saying no touchdown. Andale signaling touchdown. The side judges come in to sort it out. It doesn't look like you got it in. Yeah.
No, Ezra actually came over the top, grabbed the ball, and so that kept Sam Harp from getting into the end zone. Ezra had hold of, they both had hold of the ball, and it goes to the offense simultaneous possession. But he had hold of the ball, and so Sam couldn't get in the end zone because Ezra had the ball on this side of the line. It was a great play by him to anticipate that count.
Absolutely, and Rock Creek's defensive line's been having a huge game, as this could be a big stop right now on third down. They're going to give the ball to Horsch. Horsch looks like he had enough right here. And that's actually Drayton Danzel that was the ball carrier on that play. Danzel gets in, and they do give that a score for Andale, as it makes it 14-0 with 9:02 left here in the second quarter.
And they don't like to kick extra points. We see them go for 2 most of the time because their offense is geared to get that 3 yards. And so that's where they're lined up now, 3 yards. I noticed they moved the ball off to the hash to get out of the middle of the muddy field to give these guys better footing. But our defensive line just has to stay low, and the linebackers have to feel hard here. We need to keep this to 14.
9:02 left here in the second quarter. As it looks like Andale's going to be taking a timeout. That's Andale's first timeouts of the first half, as they've got 2 timeouts remaining. And we'll take a timeout with them. We're going to go ahead and take a quick 30-second break. You're watching exclusive coverage of Rock Creek Mustang football on Backroads Broadcasting.
Price Physical Therapy, a new clinic located in Wamego. They specialize in orthopedic rehabilitation following total joint replacements, arthroscopy procedures for ACL, rotator cuff, meniscus, sports rehab, and injury prevention. They individualize care and treatments of athletes at every level and work with the athlete from initial injury until they return to play, including strength, endurance, agility, and coordination drills. Experience the difference with Price Physical Therapy. To schedule your appointment, visit pricephysicaltherapy.com.
Once again, welcome back to Andale Stadium. Andale High School, home of the mighty Andale Indians, a team that's on a 24-game winning streak and the number 1 seed in the western side of the 3A brackets. And as they go run up the middle, they try to get the 2-point conversion. This one's going to fail. That's good news.
That was a great play by our defense because we needed to keep that to 14 points.
And honestly, needed a little bit of a momentum boost as well. And that certainly did do that. So 9:02 left here in the second quarter in the opening half of the Sub-State Championship game. Once again, the winner of this goes to Hutchinson, Kansas, to Gowan Stadium, home of the Hutchinson Red Dragons. Next Friday night, Black Friday night, for the 3A State Championship game. But through 2 possessions on the offensive side for Andale, 1 offensive possession for Rock Creek. 9:02 left in the second quarter, Coach. And we've only seen 3 possessions in this entire game.
Yeah, we need to make sure that we get a good return out of this. So we have some good field position, give our offense and Tate Smith a go at it, and we need to control the ball. Our defense has done a great job, but they've been on the field all but about a minute and a half of this game.
Yes, they have, as it's going to be Luke Skinner once again and Jacob Perkins. Jacob Perkins going back to the – gosh, what game was it that Jacob Perkins had the kickoff
Smoky
return?
Valley.
That's what it was. I don't know why I was drawing a blank on that one, but he sure did. That was his first game back off injury, as this ball is going to be a deep kick. It's going to go right in between the two, but Luke Skinner's going to grab this one. Skinner's going to take it on the right seam, going from right to left. He's going to find a little bit of an edge. He's going to get a couple extra yards after contact. All in all, a great return and exactly what Rock Creek needed for Luke Skinner. They're going to take over 1st down and 10 from their own 38-yard line.
Great return. And now we need to just do what we do.
Yes.
You know, not panic, not try to do something that we can't do or that we don't normally do. Just stay inside of our offense and let's get down here and score.
Absolutely. As, Zion Bell's built for this type of atmosphere. Honestly, Tate Smith's becoming built for this. As we've got 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Smith's going to give the ball to Bell. Bell's going to go straight up the middle. He's going to get a gain of a couple, honestly. Pretty good. Going to be a gain of 3, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and 7 for Rock Creek.
Anything positive, that's what we want, and that was a good positive gain. Now we just got to stay after it, not make any mistakes, and keep driving the football.
2 penalties on the opening drive, false start, and also a delay of game didn't help Rock Creek. So you got to keep it positive. As Tate Smith is in backfield, Perkins is in motion. They're going to slip it to him on the jet routes. On the jet sweep, here comes Perkins bracing for impact, and he gets rocked by 3 Indians. He's going to get some plus yardage on that. He's going to get a gain of 3. So that's going to bring up a big, crucial 3rd down and 3 for this Mustangs offense.
We did a real good job of sealing the edge there, and according to the Andale fans, it was a hold, but I thought our guys did a great job of sealing the edge. It was a little tough for Jacob to turn the corner because of the mud, I think.
Absolutely. Smith's in shotgun. Zion Bell's directly behind him. Going to give the ball to Zion. Zion's going to go between the right guard and the right tackle. He's going to get pretty close to the 1st down, not quite. He's going to be a good yard, maybe a yard and a half short. He's going to come standing up, and that's going to bring up a huge 4th down and a long 1 to go for this Rock Creek offense. Coach, you almost certainly have to go for this right here, right?
We do. Yeah, no, we have to go for this, and we have to get this 1st down. Zion is getting tackled by the linebackers, so that shows us that our offensive line is doing their job. We're just not getting to that linebacker with a blocker. If we can pick up the linebacker, Zion's going to break a run here.
So they are going to bring out the sticks and measure it on this. As from our press box view, we're sitting at the left side of the 50, and yeah, see, I mean, it looked, it was about a good yard and a half short. Yeah, so they didn't even really need to bring out the sticks for that, in my opinion.
No, I'm thinking maybe the white hat. He forgot his glasses, and so he wanted that measurement. Actually, Coach Smith may have wanted that measurement just to see how far he had to go for his play call.
It gave our guys an extra breather as well.
It did.
As Smith's in shotgun for this big 4th down. They're going to give the ball to Zion Bell. They're going to get rushed in the backfield. They're going to get a huge stop. He's actually going to lose some yardage on that play. I mean, they showed blitz. They got the blitz in there. They were there fast. There was nobody to stop him. There's 3 men on him. Zion Bell is going to actually lose some yardage on that 4th down. Unfortunately, that's going to be a turnover on downs, and that Andale offense with 7:17 left here in the 2nd quarter is going to get the ball back once again.
Well, and they brought more guys than we can block, and we handed that ball off at about 7 yards deep or 6 yards deep, and that makes it pretty tough. But I mean, that's what we do all year long. I mean, so that we need to stay in our offense.
Absolutely. Got to stay true to our brand of football. And again, through 2 possessions for the Andale offense, they've scored on both of them. But so far, the defense has looked pretty good. As Harp's actually going to drop back to pass, he's going to be looking deep. The pocket's going to collapse. Harp's going to take off straight through the middle. He's going to have a huge 1st down and more. He's going to get the edge. He's going to score. Sam Harp, the pocket collapsed. He brought the ball down. He got about 15 yards from the original line of scrimmage. He made a huge run around the edge, and he basically went into the end zone untouched.
Sam Harp has good speed, and we had the pass downfield covered, and that's why he had nowhere to throw. And once he got past the linebackers, it was tough because our secondary was deep, and like I said, he has good speed. And I think it was Nick Allen that had a chance maybe of making a tackle, but he tripped and fell, and I think the field conditions are starting to wear on us.
Yeah, it's as there's a flag. Once again, they're showing going for 2, and there's going to be a flag on the play before they can get that off. I mean, Coach, that one right there, that was a pretty big touchdown for Andale.
That was kind of a kick in the gut. We were, inches away from having our first down on that third down play, and then we went for it on fourth down. And so it was a big turnaround. We could have had a first down and maybe kept the ball for several minutes and get some points out of it, and then we give up this long touchdown run. It's just our kids are going to have to just stay after it and keep fighting.
Plenty of time left. I mean, they've come back from some deficits before, and game's far from being over. As Andale's going to rush to the line yet once again. Could be some motion. Harp is going to keep it. He's going to roll out to the right. He's going to throw the ball. He's going to try to catch Jack Horsch, and he's not going to be able to. He's not going to be able to get him. So the ball's going to land incomplete, and so the 2-point conversion attempt is going to fall no good. But with 7:03 left in the second quarter here in the opening half, it is the Andale Indians. This monstrous team that you hear about, they're almost mythical at this point in Kansas high school football, but we're watching them in the flesh, Coach. They have a 20-0 lead with 7 minutes left here in the opening half.
Yeah. You hate to say that this next drive is a must drive, but I think it's to that point. We have to get some points. We have to at least put together some first downs. They've scored every possession that they've had the ball.
Yep.
We have stopped 2 of their 2-point conversions, which were big. Our coverages get great on the defense, too. They have had nobody to throw to except on that screen. And so our defense is, I'm really encouraged about how our defense is playing. It's just you wouldn't say that when you see that we've given up 20 points most of the time, but they have really played well. Now we just need the offense to take control here.
Luke Skinner, the last time he got the ball, returning the kickoff, got a pretty good return. He made it all the way to the 38-yard line. Rock Creek really needs to get some good field position to start off this drive on this play. Like you said, we don't want to say it's a must-have possession right here, but honestly, it's going to have to be a must-have possession as we're going to have a kick that's going to be fielded by Jacob Perkins. Perkins, a really nice returner, is going to be looking for the seam on the right edge. He's going to get some extra yards after contact. Again, all in all, pretty decent return. He's going to bring that ball all the way up to the 37-yard line. That's where Rock Creek's going to start. First down and 10.
But Jacob really runs the ball hard. He's 5'9", 150-pound sophomore, and he was moving that pile. We know he has great speed, but I was really impressed with his power there on that return.
Two different styles of football out on the field all night. Two different offenses. We have the wing tee, but then also this is more of a spread offense that Rock Creek's been running as Tate Smith stands in shotgun. Zion Bell's directly behind him. Going to fake the handoff. It's going to be an RPO. He's going to find Luke Skinner. Skinner's going to bounce off his mans. He's going to try to get the outside edge, get an extra couple yards past initial contact, which he does. It's not going to be quite to the first down, but that's a very good play for Rock Creek, and that's a second down and 2 yards to go with a gain of 8.
Right. No, I think that's what we're going to have to do is just kind of hit them with this short passing game and try to get the chains moving.
As the clock's running, 6:24 left here in the opening half. Skinner is in motion as there's two receivers to the right, one single receiver to the left. Smith's in shotgun. He's going to hand the ball off to Bell. Bell's going to keep it kind of in between the guard and the tackle, straight through the middle, just on a nice halfback dive. And you know what, Coach? Good news.
First down.
That's gain of 2 yards on the play. That's good for Rock Creek Mustangs. First down.
That was awesome. Now, and Zion didn't have it right off the, he was hit before he had the first down, so he kept driving to get those extra yards.
Absolutely. As that three-man defensive front for Andale, four-man defensive front for Andale has been getting in there pretty fast. As we've got Perkins in motion, they're going to fake the throw to him. They're going to throw a wheel route to Zion. Zell's going to hit the outside edge. He's going to get caught up, gain an extra yards. Once he got brought down by an Indian, he's going to get a gain of 6 yards, and that's going to bring up a second down and 4 to go for the Mustangs.
That was a very good tackle by Hunter Grimes from Andale, because you get Zion on that wheel route. He's pretty tough. He's elusive. He's fast. So that was a good tackle by Andale.
First time in Andale territory tonight for the Mustangs, as we've got 2 receivers to the left. We're going to have Ethan Tonser standing by himself to the right. Smith's going to take a hard count, going to audible, looking to the sideline, going to reset, going to hand the ball off to Bell. Bell's going to be on the sweep on the outside. He's got the first down and extra yardage as Zion Bell, the bell cow of this offense, the heart of this offense, is going to get a huge first down to the Andale 34-yard line.
This is exactly what the doctor ordered, just to take our time, put together a drive, move the chains. Everything's starting to look like it's supposed to look for Rock Creek.
Absolutely. As once again, 2 receivers are going to be standing on the right side. Peter Martini's on the left. Ethan Tonser is on the left side. I think his extra height is putting him out by himself where Martini usually is. As we're going to give this ball to Zion Bell. Bell is going to get a gain of 4 yards just right off the right tackle. He's going to get brought down with a second down to go as the clock keeps on running. 4 minutes and 36 seconds from Andale Stadium. So far, the game has been 20-0 Andale, but this is only the 3rd offensive possession so far this half for Rock Creek, as they're actually moving the ball on this possession, as they're going to audible once again. They're going to look at their wristbands. They're going to look at the sideline. They're going to get the call in. Smith is going to take the ball from shotgun and hand the ball off to Zion Bell. Bell on a halfback dive, this time in between the left tackle and the left guard. He's going to get an extra couple of yards doing what Zion does, just moving the ball. It's going to be a big 3rd down and a manageable 3 yards to go.
Yeah, and Zion is running the ball hard. I mean, he is so good after first contact, and he runs, with his pads out over his feet, and he just does a good job of running the ball.
Martini and Skinner, the 2 receivers to the rights. Tonser on the left side. Smith's in shotgun. Take another hard count. Look at the sideline. Bell is going to go from standing directly next to Smith and go directly behind him. As you're going to fake the handoff, it's going to be an RPO. They're going to throw it to Luke Skinner. Skinner's going to make the catch, and that's going to be a first down for the Mustangs.
That was a good job of Luke securing that ball, because he took a big shot from, I believe, Sam Harp. And then I think you'll see us come back to that, because Peter Martini was wide open right by the chain. So, I mean, he had an option there of who he wanted to throw to.
First time for the first time tonight, Rock Creek is inside the Farmers State Bank red zone. The Mustangs are in the red zone, and Farmers State Bank is right there with them. FarmersStateBankKS.com, and bank on the home team. As Smith's going to hand the ball off to Zion Bell. Bell's going to get up to the original line of scrimmage, plus a couple of yards past that. Gain of 2 on the play to bring up 2nd down and 8. And there's some pretty good momentum under 3 minutes left here in the second quarter.
Well, we want to make sure that we burn all this clock as we come in here to score.
Absolutely.
Because we don't want to let Andale have it again.
Nope, and Rock Creek will get the ball first to start the second half, which is some good news, as we've got 2 receivers to the right. Looks like that's Perkins and I want to say Skinner. Oh, then we got trips to the right. Sorry. There's Tonser, Perkins, and Skinner, with Peter Martini, the lone receiver, to the far left, as they call to the sideline for an audible. Smith's in shotgun. Zion Bell is going to be standing at his left. The pocket's going to collapse as there's some pressure. The defender lost his feeding. That play was undercaught. It was underthrown. That was caught. They're saying it's out of bounds. That was caught by Luke Skinner in the end zone based off the deflection. That could have been an interception just as easy. It landed off the defender. Let's see, the defender for that's Lane Partham, or the halfback on the offensive side of the ball, had his hands on it.
He did.
The deflection came into Luke Skinner's hands. Skinner caught it, but it was out of bounds, and so.
Well, there were several good plays there. Tate made a great play to elude the rush, because somebody shot in on a blitz, and and then the Partham kid tipped the ball, but Luke Skinner secured it. He was out of bounds.
Huge 3rd down now for Rock Creek, as we got trips to the left. It looks like Tonser, Perkins, and Skinner with Martini on the right side. They're going to hand the ball off to Zion Bell. Bell's going to get right up the middle. He's going to go off his right tackle. He's going to get close to the first down. Oh, they're going to call fourth down, and that is going to be pretty short. That's going to be a fourth down and 1 yard to go as the clock keeps on running. 2 minutes and 8 seconds left here in the opening half. So far, all in all, a pretty good drive for Rock Creek. This one started back at their 37-yard line. They're now down to the 11-yard line of Andale. And this is a must-have fourth down.
Well, the last time on this fourth down, remember we tried to run it and they just blitzed the house. So I believe we're going to take a timeout to talk about this and see what we want to do.
Absolutely. So a big timeout. That's the first timeout for Rock Creek this half. As this so far has been a pretty good drive. And so, yeah, with that, why don't we go ahead and go to the shortstop bandit brain teaser of the game. Might as well break that out while we've got some time left here in the first half. So this game's bandit brain teaser is brought to you by Shortstop. No matter where you're going or how long it takes you to get there, you'll always have time for a shortstop. So, Coach, this one's for you. So the name Andale is a combination of the last names of which two pioneer families?
Probably Anderson and Andale.
I guess we'll find out coming up here in a few minutes. If it was Spanish, it could be Andale.
Yeah.
Right? Or if for all the Pitbull fans out there, Andale. Sorry, that's a little too nerdy. That's a little too nerdy. Sorry about that. We'll break out the trivia question at the end or back in the second half. But once again, thank you to Shortstop as we are back inside the Farmers State Bank Red Zone. From hometown roots to big-time goals, Farmers State Bank supports our community team as we got a huge fourth down and 1. We got 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Smithson shotgun. He's got Zion Bell directly behind him. They're going to fake the handoff to Bell. They're going to throw the ball to Skinner. Skinner's going to have enough for the first down. He's going to get inside the 5-yard line. And that's going to be a huge
first down.
Huge first down for Rock Creek.
That was a great play fake to Zion up the middle, and then Tate just whipped it out there to Luke Skinner. We had a good block out there in front of him and get the first down.
And sorry, it's from the 6-yard line where Rock Creek's going to have the ball first down and 10. They're going to give the ball to Zion Bell. Bell's going to go straight up the middle. He's going to get inside the 5. He's going to get down to about the 2 before getting brought down. And so that's going to be a second down and goal now for Rock Creek as they are driving the ball pretty well right here, Coach.
And it's working out to our benefit here, but the clock just keeps running. We're down to a minute 15, and we just need to get a score here, get our extra point, and then, like you said, we get the ball coming out second half.
Absolutely. As we're going to have Peter Martini, the lone receiver, to the right. Jacob Perkins is on the left side. Extra defenders are coming up. It looks like we got Ezra Spiller and Marcelo Ibarra, the right tackles. They're going to throw the ball in the back corner. That could be a hold, but that's going to be caught. That's going to be picked up by Peter Martini for a Rock Creek Mustang touchdown.
That was a great throw, back shoulder fade to Peter Martini. And you said the defender was holding him.
Yes, he was.
But that worked out because then Peter was able to come back and get that ball.
Peter Martini, of course, standing at 6'2", 185 pounds. The senior coming through, making a huge grab. His extra height allowed him to come out, catch that ball, and that was a very much needed Rock Creek Mustang touchdown. And, of course, touchdown Mustangs. That score is brought to you by Faith Furniture in Manhattan. With Faith Furniture in Manhattan, you've got to have faith. As Jackson Pendle comes on now, they are electing to kick the extra point, which, I mean, when you have Legatron standing out there for Rock Creek, you might as well kick it. As we have a new holder this week, and he did a great job of getting that ball down. The kick is up and right down Broadway. So after Jackson Pendle's extra point, which, of course, tonight's extra point is brought to you by Fox Home Innovations, your trusted local team for custom remodels, additions, and new builds. Whether you're updating a kitchen, expanding your living space, or creating the home of your dreams, Fox Home Innovations brings craftsmanship and quality to every project. Dream it, and Fox builds it. Visit foxhomeinnovations.com to start your next project today. Coach, we've got 48 ticks left on the ticker for the first half. Finally, Rock Creek gets on the board, and the score is 20-7.
Yeah, we're still in this football game. You know, that showed a lot of heart by these guys because they could have just given up after the first couple possessions that we had, and defense has played tough. You know, that was a huge drive. And we overcame some adversity on that drive also, but our guys know now they can score.
Yep.
And we did a good job of stopping Andale, just didn't keep him out of the end zone.
That was Rock Creek football, man. I mean, we're Rock Creek's 11-0 on the season for a reason. And that drive, that methodical drive that you just saw, 63 yards, couple minutes off the clock, is a large reason as to why Rock Creek is in the position that they're in. Give it to Zion Bell, find Luke Skinner, find Peter Martini, get your receivers active, get your running back active. Tate Smith, again, a sophomore with his first sub-state championship game tonight, playing well. So far, the defense has been playing well. We got a ball game. As Jackson Pendle is going to kick the ball. It's not quite his usual bomb. This one's going to actually kind of die at the 20. It's going to be picked up by Andale, brought to the 35-yard line. All in all, a pretty good return for the Indians. And they'll take over first down to go with 65 yards away from the end zone with 41 seconds left here in the opening half.
I think Jackson was just trying to put that on the ground and make it hard for them to pick up in that mud. You can see how the field is really chewed up in between the hash marks, and so the footing's going to be at a premium this rest of this half and all the rest of the game.
Yeah, and they're actually going to be calling a penalty. I didn't quite catch what that was. There was a penalty on Andale and the return team. But, yeah, Coach, I mean, you said it. You can see it occasionally. Our camera guy, big shout-out to our camera crew. They're on top of the roof, on top of this press box here at Andale Stadium. It's not the biggest press box in the world. Thankfully, they gave us the luxury down here, so we're not too cold like those guys upstairs, but they have to wipe off their camera lens every once in a while because while it hasn't been a big, steady rain like it was in Manhattan all day, it's been just nice and misty, but it's chewing up the field as the Rock Creek defense is going to be swarming this one right here. They're going to pitch the ball to the outside. Lane Parth. I keep wanting to call him Luke. We got a couple of Lukes on Rock Creek. But Lane Parthener is going to take the ball. He's going to actually get a gain of 1 yard on that play. More importantly, the clock is going to be running. Sorry, Coach.
No. And that was a great job of Rock Creek rallying to the football for tackle.
Absolutely. As they're going to hurry up, they're going to give this one straight up the middle. That one's going to be Jack Horsch, the ball carrier for the Indians. He's going to get pretty close to the sticks. They're going to actually wind it down. And the clock stopped. That's why I was just kind of hesitating. 3, 2, 1, and that's it. That is going to be the end of the first half. So from Andale Stadium, from Andale High School, hey, for a team that averages a 40-point margin of victory, their opening season game, they had 104 points on the board. To go down at halftime 20-7, especially with that huge momentum with that touchdown play that touchdown drive that we had to end the half, Coach.
That was big. And, I'm not for sure Andale has been this close at half to anybody else.
I doubt it.
It'll be interesting to see how they come out the second half. They probably were a little bit shocked that somebody's going to stand up and actually fight. And I was impressed with our guys. They came and really took the fight to them that last drive on offense and then on those last couple plays on defense.
Absolutely. So 3 drives for Rock Creek in the opening half. The first drive stalled out. A couple penalties didn't help out. The second drive stalled out. Third drive was a successful touchdown. And we do go to halftime. So 15 minutes at halftime. Andale's up 20-7. Rock Creek gets the ball first in the second half. We're going to step aside. You're watching exclusive coverage of Rock Creek Mustang football, part of the Backroads Broadcasting Football Network.
This is my time. This is my shot clock goes tick-tock. Haters wish that I slip. No, I don't miss. MJ all hits. Watch me pop off, I'm the king now. Moonwalk to the ring now. Keep on wondering how. Let that choir sing now. 10, 9, paid on my dues, waited in line. 8, 7, now it's about time that I take mine. 6, 5, king of the jungle, heart of a lion. 4, 3, 2, 1, watch out, here I come. This is my time. I'm on the rise, can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time, ready to shine, brighter than all of the lights. Cause when it's game time, seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind, beating the buzzer like this is my time. This is my time. I'm on the rise, can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time. Ready to shine, brighter than all of the lights. That's when it's game time. Seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Beating the buzzer like, this is my time. This is my moment. You better bet that I'm on it. Ready and set, I'ma own it. Blast it to 10, then keep going. There ain't no coasting, I never settle, don't play. Putting the kettle to flame. I go 100 all day. Foot on the pedal, no brakes. 10, 9, paid on my dues, waited in line. 8, 7, now it's about time that I take mine. 6, 5, king of the jungle, heart of a lion. 4, 3, 2, 1, watch out, here I come. This is my time. I'm on the rise, can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time. Ready to shine, brighter than all of the lights. That's when it's game time. Seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Beating the buzzer like, this is my time. This is my time. This is my shot clock goes tick-tock. Haters wish that I slipped. No, I don't miss it. MJ all hits. Watch me pop off, I'm the king now. Moonwalk to the ring now. Keep on wondering how. Let that choir sing now. 10, 9, paid on my dues, waited in line. 8, 7, now it's about time that I take mine. 6, 5, king of the jungle, heart of a lion. 4, 3, 2, 1, watch out, here I come. This is my time. I'm on the rise, can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time. Ready to shine, brighter than all of the lights. That's when it's game time. Seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Beating the buzzer like, this is my time. This is my time. This is my time. This is my time. I'm on the rise, can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time. Ready to shine, brighter than all of the lights. That's when it's game time. Seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Beating the buzzer like, this is my time. This is my moment. You better bet that I'm on it. Ready and set, I'ma own it. Blast it to 10, then keep going. There ain't no coasting, I never settle, don't play. Putting the kettle to flame. I go 100 all day. Foot on the pedal, no brakes. 10, 9, paid on my dues, waited in line. 8, 7, now it's about time that I take mine. 6, 5, king of the jungle, heart of a lion. 4, 3, 2, 1, watch out, here I come. This is my time. I'm on the rise, can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time. Ready to shine, brighter than all of the lights. That's when it's game time. Seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Beating the buzzer like, this is my time. This is my time. This is my shot clock goes tick-tock. Haters wish that I slipped. No, I don't miss it. MJ all hits. Watch me pop off, I'm the king now. Moonwalk to the ring now. Keep on wondering how. Let that choir sing now. 10, 9, paid on my dues, waited in line. 8, 7, now it's about time that I take mine. 6, 5, king of the jungle, heart of a lion. 4, 3, 2, 1, watch out, here I come. This is my time. I'm on the rise, can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time. Ready to shine, brighter than all of the lights. That's when it's game time. Seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Beating the buzzer like, this is my time. This is my time. This is my time. This is my time. I'm on the rise, can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time. Ready to shine, brighter than all of the lights. That's when it's game time. Seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Beating the buzzer like, this is my time. This is my moment. better bet that I'm on it. Ready and set, I'ma own it. Blast it to 10, then keep going. There ain't no coasting, I never settle, don't play. Putting the kettle to flame. I go 100 all day. Foot on the pedal, no brakes. 10, 9, paid on my dues, waited in line. 8, 7, now it's about time that I take mine. 6, 5, king of the jungle, heart of a lion. 4, 3, 2, 1, watch out, here I come. This is my time, I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time, ready to shine. Brighter than all of the lights, when it's game time. Seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Beating the buzzer like, this is my time. This is my time. This is my shot clock goes tick-tock. Haters wish that I slip. No, I don't miss. MJ all hits. Watch me pop off, I'm the king now. Moonwalk to the ring now. Keep on wondering how. Let that choir sing now. 10, 9, paid on my dues, waited in line. 8, 7, now it's about time that I take mine. 6, 5, king of the jungle, heart of a lion. 4, 3, 2, 1, watch out, here I come. This is my time, I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time, ready to shine. Brighter than all of the lights, when it's game time. Seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Beating the buzzer like, this is my time. This is my time. This is my time. This is my time, I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time, ready to shine. Brighter than all of the lights, when it's game time. Seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Beating the buzzer like, this is my time. This is my moment, you better bet that I'm on it. Ready and set, I'ma own it. Blast it to 10, then keep going. There ain't no coasting, I never settle, don't play. Putting the kettle to flame. I go 100 all day. Foot on the pedal, no brakes. 10, 9, paid on my dues, waited in line. 8, 7, now it's about time that I take mine. 6, 5, king of the jungle, heart of a lion. 4, 3, 2, 1, watch out, here I come. This is my time, I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time, ready to shine. Brighter than all of the lights, when it's game time. Seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Beating the buzzer like, this is my time. This is my time. This is my shot clock goes tick-tock. Haters wish that I slip. No, I don't miss. MJ all hits. Watch me pop off, I'm the king now. Moonwalk to the ring now. Keep on wondering how. Let that choir sing now. 10, 9, paid on my dues, waited in line. 8, 7, now it's about time that I take mine. 6, 5, king of the jungle, heart of a lion. 4, 3, 2, 1, watch out, here I come. This is my time, I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time, ready to shine. Brighter than all of the lights, when it's game time. Seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Beating the buzzer like, this is my time. This is my time. This is my time. This is my time, I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time, ready to shine. Brighter than all of the lights, when it's game time. Seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Beating the buzzer like, this is my time. This is my moment, you better bet that I'm on it. Ready and set, I'ma own it. Blast it to 10, then keep going. There ain't no coasting, I never settle, don't play. Putting the kettle to flame. I go 100 all day. Foot on the pedal, no brakes. 10, 9, paid on my dues, waited in line. 8, I come. This is my time. I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time. Ready to shine. Brighter than all of the lights. This when it's game time. Seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Beating the buzzer like, this is my time. This is my time. This is my shot clock goes tick-tock. Haters wish that I slip. No, I don't miss. MJ all hits. Watch me pop off, I'm the king now. Moonwalk to the ring now. Keep on wondering how. Let that choir sing now. 10, 9, paid on my dues, waited in line. 8, 7, now it's about time that I take mine. 6, 5, king of the jungle, heart of a lion. 4, 3, 2, 1, watch out, here I come. This is my time. I'm on the rise, can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time, ready to shine, brighter than all of the lights. This when it's game time. Seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Beating the buzzer like, this is my time. This is my time. This is my time. This is my time. I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time. Ready to shine. Brighter than all of the lights. This when it's game time. Seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Beating the buzzer like, this is my time. This is my moment. You better bet that I'm on it. Ready and set, I'ma own it. Blasted to 10, then keep going. There ain't no coasting. I never settle, don't play. Putting the kettle to flame. I go 100 all day. Foot on the pedal, no brakes. 10, 9, paid on my dues, waited in line. 8, 7, now it's about time that I take mine. 6, 5, king of the jungle, heart of a lion. 4, 3, 2, 1, watch out, here I come. This is my time. I'm on the rise, can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time, ready to shine, brighter than all of the lights. This when it's game time. Seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Beating the buzzer like, this is my time. This is my time. This is my shot clock goes tick-tock. Haters wish that I slip. No, I don't miss. MJ all hits. Watch me pop off, I'm the king now. Moonwalk to the ring now. Keep on wondering how. Let that choir sing now. 10, 9, paid on my dues, waited in line. 8, 7, now it's about time that I take mine. 6, 5, king of the jungle, heart of a lion. 4, 3, 2, 1, watch out, here I come. This is my time. I'm on the rise, can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time, ready to shine, brighter than all of the lights. This when it's game time. Seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Beating the buzzer like, this is my time. This is my time. This is my time. This is my time. I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time. Ready to shine. Brighter than all of the lights. This when it's game time. Seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Beating the buzzer like, this is my time. This is my moment. You better bet that I'm on it. Ready and set, I'ma own it. Blasted to 10, then keep going. There ain't no coasting. I never settle, don't play. Putting the kettle to flame. I go 100 all day. Foot on the pedal, no brakes. 10, 9, paid on my dues, waited in line. 8.
All right, welcome back once again to Andale Stadium. Welcome back to Andale High School, Sedgwick County, South Central Kansas, the site of the 2025 Western 3A Sub-State Championship. The number 1 Andale Indians are leading the number 2 Rock Creek Mustangs by a score of 20-7. As we have a couple minutes left here at halftime, Tyler Jackson joined alongside by Coach legendary head coach, Mike Beam, the 28-year veteran from Rock Creek High School. Coach, my friend, these guys are who we thought they were.
Yeah, there were no surprises. They came out and they put together a monster drive and took about 8 minutes off the clock and, scored 8 points. And then we had a short drive of 5 plays and a couple penalties and had to punt. And then they put together that other drive, and then they had a long run. But our guys showed a lot of heart and came back and put together that scoring drive and burned the rest of the quarter out of the rest of the half. And so now we get the ball back. Let's see what we do. 7
minutes and 37 seconds was how long Andale had the ball to start off the second half. To start off the first half, what am I saying? I'm getting reset myself. 7 minutes and 37 seconds is how long they had the ball for the opening drive. They scored. Rock Creek got the ball immediately, had, like Coach said, couple penalties, ended up punting. Andale scored again, punted again. Andale, Sam Harp had the ball. He was looking to throw the ball deep on the first play of the third drive, kept it himself, scored a touchdown, went in untouched. But then thankfully Rock Creek showed some hearts, came out, scored, and here we are. So that's the scoring update. So it's 20-7 as the ball is in the air to start off the second half, as it is going to be on the turf. It's going to be picked up by Luke Skinner. Luke Skinner caught the ball, dropped the ball. Thankfully, he was able to get back on the ball, but unfortunately, not so good field position for Rock Creek. Nevertheless, they get the ball first down and 10 from their own 17-yard line to start off the opening drive of the second half.
Well, one good thing, too, the drive that we had right before half, we were able to see what things would work. We never even had chance to run multiple formations to see how they were going to align in our first couple drives. So here we go.
This is the first time we've seen quads to the left as we got Luke Smith in the lineup. We've got Jacob Perkins by himself, the lone receiver to the right, as Smith stands in shotgun by himself. Luke Smith's in shotgun. They're going to fake the handoff to him. Luke Smith was in motion. They're going to fake the handoff to him. Tate Smith's going to keep the ball. He's going to run. He's going to get a gain of 3 before being brought down and bringing up a second down and 7 to go.
And I believe we had a illegal motion or a procedure penalty.
Looks like it had something to do with when Jacob Perkins was in motion. So they're probably going to say he wasn't quite set or illegal formation. Yep, it's going to be an illegal formation, so probably not enough men on the line of scrimmage.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so that's not a good way to start off the drive. It's going to push back Rock Creek by 5 yards as Zion Bell comes into the lineup. He's going to replace Jacob Perkins as the clock is going to be wound up, as we're going to be having 2 receivers to the right. We have Peter Martini, Luke Skinner. The lone receiver to the left is going to be Ethan Tonzer. Tate Smith's going to be in shotgun with Zion Bell directly behind him. They're going to fake the handoff to Bell. They're going to find Luke Smith out in the flats, or find Luke Skinner out in the flat. He's not going to be able to get any yardage on that play. In fact, he's going to lose a couple of yards after the penalty. That's going to send it back even further. So it's going to bring up a second down and 20 yards to go for the Mustangs.
Yeah, that was the same play that we ran to get that big first down where we popped it out to Luke Skinner real quick. Peter Martini, it's such a tough block, but the Lane Parthamer came off of that block and was able to tackle us for a loss.
2 receivers to the left for Rock Creek. Ethan Tonzer is by himself on the right. They're going to give the ball to Zion Bell. He's going to run up the middle. Actually, he's going to lose some yardage off the left seam. So far, not the best start for Rock Creek. This is not the start that Rock Creek needed to get the second half going, as they're going to be facing a 3rd down and 22 to go and a very, very quiet visitor sideline.
It is, and I tell you what, this is probably the worst possible thing that could happen to start second half. We needed to keep that momentum going, and now we're backed up 3rd and long with our backs to the end zone.
Yeah, with the ball on the 5-yard line, on their own 5-yard line, as Tate Smith drops back to pass. He looks to the left. He's going to throw the ball up. That's going to bounce off the leg pad, off the thigh pad of Ethan Tonzer. It was a good look.
Yeah, and it's right at the sticks. I mean, he put it right where it needed to be, away from the defender and low, because there was another defender coming across, and he was going to get hit. kept that ball low, and Ethan just couldn't quite bring it in. That would have been a huge first down.
As it's a huge fourth down now for Rock Creek, and they are going to be punting. Jackson Pendle is going to be punting from his own end zone. Thankfully, Legatron himself has a pretty good leg. Should be able to get it hopefully up to midfield as he gets the snap. He boots this one. It's higher than it is long. It's going to be out of bounds. It's going to go out about the 37-yard line. Let's see where they spot it. That was a pretty generous spot. Well, come on now. He went all the way up, then he came all the way back. He's 2 yards further ahead than he should have been, but nevertheless, I digress. But Andale's going to take over on their opening possession of the second half. First down and 10 from the Rock Creek 38-yard line.
Well, when you punt from your own end zone just to get it out there as far as he did, that was a good punt for us. Now, we're putting a lot of pressure on our defense to make a big stop here. We need to get a 3-and-out or a turnover here.
Got to have it. As Andale in their signature move gets right up to the line of scrimmage, they get going. They give the ball to Lane Parthener right here. He's going to get a gain of just a couple before being brought down by a whole host of Mustangs. Ezra Spiller in there for the tackle. Also Noah Valberg getting picked up off his back. It was another good defensive stop by Taburin. But that's going to be second down and 8 to go now for Andale as the clock keeps on rolling. 9:39 left here in the third quarter. As Andale quickly gets up to the line, Harp's going to just turn around, find a misdirection. He's going to find the edge. He's going to have some greenage. He's going to get pushed out of bounds by Jackson Pendle. Going to get down to the 7-yard line. It's going to be a first down and goal now for Andale.
When Sam Harp decides to run, I mean, and he is such a good runner. I mean, he's just a quick quarterback counter, and when he gets to the sideline, it's tough to catch him.
Quickly to the line for Andale. Harp's going to give the ball off to Jack Horsch. Horsch is going to get up the middle, get a gain of a couple of yards right here. Gain of 2. It's going to bring up second down and goal now from the 6-yard line for the Mustangs, or for the Indians.
You know, and Corday Kirksey was he was hurt there in the first half, and I haven't seen him come back out this second half, which would be a big loss for us not to have him on the field.
I did errantly say Nick Allen was the player that did get hurt in the first half, but it sounds like it was Corday Kirksey. As Smith is going to keep this ball. He's going to run a misdirection. They're going to seal the edge, and he's going to walk into the end zone untouched for yet another Andale Indians touchdown.
Well, like we said, Harp is a leading rusher for these guys. And, you know, when I was trying to find individual stats, we didn't find very many individual stats. They weren't out there. But I think they spread the ball around so much. I'm not for sure. I know he was a leading rusher, but they have a lot of running backs, and they give it to a lot of running backs. So, they're tough to defend.
That was the 78th rushing touchdown of the season. As Harp's going to keep the ball himself on the 2-point conversion. Going to sneak in the end zone, and it's going to make it 28-7 now. Andale has the lead. 8 minutes, 44 seconds left here in the third quarter. The game's not quite yet out of reach for Rock Creek, but, Coach, that was a very flat start to the second half for Rock Creek. Just being honest. Man, that was flat.
It was. You know, I really felt like we had the momentum when we went into halftime.
Yep.
And might have been good if we just kept playing and forgot halftime.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
We didn't come out. Things didn't go very well from the very first play when we had the penalty, and it was all downhill from there. I think every play was a negative play.
Well, it even goes before that. Luke Skinner went to catch the ball, muffed the kick, picked it up, and they started at the 17-yard line, and then next thing you know, Jackson Pendle's kicking out of the end zone, giving it to Andale, and Andale scoring in a couple minutes.
Right, and like we said, the margin of error was going to be tight tonight.
Yep.
And so we have to get a good return here. We need to set our offense up with some decent field position, and we have 2 very good kick returners here, and we've done a pretty good job of blocking these guys up front on the kick return, so we need a good return here.
Jacob Perkins and Luke Skinner stand back to return the kick for the Mustangs, as this one's going to be brought back by Luke Skinner. Skinner from the right seam gets caught by a couple Indians before getting brought down. Not quite the same amount of return yardage that we saw out of the first half from our pretty good return duo between Luke Skinner and Jacob Perkins. But Rock Creek's going to take over now. First down and 10 from the 26-yard line.
Well, we talked about in the first half how that last drive was a crucial drive or an almost must-have. This is a must-have drive. We have to put together some good first downs and keep the ball out of their hands.
Two receivers to the left, single receiver to the right. They're going to pitch the ball out to Zion Bell. Bell's going to try to get to the outside edge. It's going to get sealed pretty quickly. He's going to get a gain of a couple on the play, couple as into. Actually, they're only going to give them a gain of 1 on that play. And it's going to be 2nd down and 9 now for Rock Creek.
Andale reminds me of the Jaws movie, as far as they just smell the blood and the sharks start coming after us because they're flying around to the football.
Absolutely. Peter Martini stands by himself to the outside. Two receivers to the right. Tate Smith and shotgun. Zion Bell tries to run they do the RPO. They elect to not give the ball to Zion Bell. They do call out a catch from Peter Martini. It was just a pass of just a few yards. Going to kind of split the difference between the first down and the original line of scrimmage. That's going to bring down a third, and they're actually going to call that a 3rd down and 8 to go.
Well, they're playing us man with a cover 2 shell over top a lot of the times, and they're really pressuring our receivers right now.
Trips to the right, single receiver to the left. Tate Smith and shotgun is going to roll out to his right. Kind of a bootleg pass. He's going to fire it over the middle, intended for Jacob Perkins. It's going to be an incomplete pass, and thankfully for Rock Creek, much to the demise of the Andale faithful, they're going to throw a flag on that play, and they're going to be calling a pass interference on Andale. Lucky break for Rock Creek, but hey, you know what? In the sub-state championship, when you're down by 3 scores, you take the break when you can get it, and it's going to be a big first down for Rock Creek.
And like I just said, they were really pressing our receivers and are on them extremely tight. And that time, I agree with the official. That was a little bit too tight. He was there early. And so I think the penalty was well-deserved. From
the 45-yard line, Rock Creek has the first down and 10. Trips to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Tate Smith by himself in shotgun. His hard count almost drew the Indians offside. They'll look at the sideline. They'll reset. They'll get the call. He'll adjust his arm sleeves. He'll look back. Jacob Perkins will be in motion. They'll give it to him on a jet sweep, and that actually, man, I got pumped out on that one. No, he was down. They got to call that down, and they're going to call that down.
That was a great fake by Tate Smith.
Dude, did you get sold on that one too?
I did.
I thought they gave that to Jacob Perkins. My goodness, I got pumped faked out of my shoes on that.
Jacob did a nice job of carrying out his fake. In fact, he got drilled in the backfield for that fake.
Yes, he did.
And then Tate kept the ball right up the middle on about a 12-yard gain, and he was down.
Yep, he got the first down. He was down. Then the ball came out. That's why you hear the booing from Andale. Of course, we're on the home side press box, and this is basically a sold-out crowd. The whole town of Andale came out to watch this game. Thankfully, the ball was down, but that's a big first down for Rock Creek and a huge – that was a great fake by Tate Smith. My goodness. As Perkins is in motion now, they'll give it to him on a jet sweep. He's going to fall victim to the turf. He completely lost his footing. He almost looked like he was about to do the splits, and he lost his footing. He's going to lose a yardage.
And that is so tough for a speed guy when the field's not very good, and he's going laterally, so he has to plant to cut up field. But he's such a good jet sweep runner. He runs it so well, and the fake was really good again.
My goodness, yes, absolutely. So this time they actually gave Jacob Perkins the ball on the jet sweep. As Smith once again stands by himself in shotgun, he's going to roll out to the right, looking downfield. He's going to throw the ball right on the sidelines. He's going to find Peter Martini. Martini's going to have a tight rope, make the catch. Huge, big play on 2nd down. It's going to bring up a 3rd down, and it's going to be a manageable 4 yards to go. So overall, pretty good pitch and catch from Smith to Martini.
Yeah, the ball had to be just right on the boundary because Peter was covered extremely tight by their defender.
Absolutely. As you can hear the Andale faithful banging on the sheet metal, making some noise. It's pretty loud on the here from Andale Stadium as Smith's in shotgun. Zion Bell is directly behind him. They're going to throw the ball to Smith. It looked like it might have been a little bit of movement on Rock Creek. We'll wait to see the official call. Again, it's pretty loud for a high school stadium, and that's exactly what they do. They called a false start. I'm not so certain that might not have been on Tate Smith himself.
Yeah, I think so too. I think he was a little anxious, or maybe we didn't snap it right off the bat. But once again, now we're behind the chains. We have 3rd and long instead of 3rd and manageable.
As they roll Zion Bell off the field, they bring Jackson Pendle into the game. As we got quads to the left, we got Tonzer, Skinner, Pendle, and Perkins. Martinez by himself on the far right. So 4 receivers to the left, and Tate Smith is in shotgun by himself. He's going to immediately throw out and a screen to Jacob Perkins. Perkins is going to get immediately swallowed up. He's not even going to get back to the original line of scrimmage. He's going to lose some yardage on that play. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 9 to go. And it's, again, they're in Andale territory. They're from the Andale 42-yard line, but, Coach, got to go for it.
Got to go for it.
Territory from here on out.
Right. A punt's not going to do you any good. I mean, we have to go for it every time now. It is so tough because they fly to the ball so hard. Yeah, we had quads and just ran that slip screen or that quick screen out there, but it's tough to make those blocks.
Oh, man. As there's trips to the right, 2 receivers. Trips to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Tate Smith's in shotgun. That's going to be Luke Smith in motion. The pocket's going to collapse. Tate Smith's going to hold the ball. He's going to run up. He's going to slide. He's not quite to the sticks. I mean, he kind of was a defenseless. He kind of gave himself up. There's going to be no flags on the play. Unfortunately, not what you wanted to see as a Rock Creek fan. That is going to be a turnover on downs, and Andale is going to get the ball 1st down and 10.
They are. At least, we were able to move the ball some, and because we didn't have very good field position again on that kick return.
No.
So we were able to move the ball and get it out here, and now hopefully our defense can get a stop or a turnover. For as good as we've been at creating turnovers, we haven't had one yet tonight.
1st down and 10 from Andale as Lane Parthamer is the ball carrier. In between the left guard and the left tackle, he's going to get a gain of 6 right here. Bring up 2nd down and 4 as the clock keeps on rolling. We're right at 5 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. Andale's up 28-7. Overall, Andale's not scoring quite at the pace that they're used to scoring. Their average margin of victory throughout the whole entire season has been 40. Their average scoreboard has been 63 points for them as they hurry up, run up to the line. This one's going to be stopped for a gain of no yardage. The ball carrier on that play is going to be number 23, so we got a new ball carrier. I mean, they got a whole host of players. So number 23 for Andale, Noah Stanley. First time we've seen him carry the ball. He's going to get swallowed up at the line of scrimmage, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and a long 3 to go now for Andale. As they quickly line up, they do a hard count, trying to draw Rock Creek off sides. Sam Hart's going to stand back, talk to his backfield. They're going to go ahead and hand the ball off. That's to Parthamer. Parthamer, he's going to try to get close to the 1st down. He's going to get stopped. He's going to get stopped short of the first down right at the 45-yard line, as that's going to be 4th down and 1 to go now. As Rock Creek had a big stop.
And that was a great fill by our linebackers. Ezra did a super job of coming up, Nick Allen. And our defensive line, I noticed that we've brought in some new blood in there. Number 68, Zane Pittenger was playing that last down, and he's out there again on a big 4th down.
Yes, he is. Of course, it all starts with a defensive line right here as they give the ball off once again. It's going to be a 1st down for Andale. They give the ball off to number 23. That's going to be Noah Stanley, his 2nd touch of the night. He's going to squirt through, get close to Rock Creek territory, but pick up the 1st down for Andale, moving the sticks, and the clock keeps on running. 3:20 left here, Coach, in the 3rd quarter.
Yes, 3rd quarter is going fast. We need to make sure that we hold them here if we can just get them off the field.
Sam Harp's going to roll out. He's going to tuck it and run. The outside edge is going to fill in pretty quickly. Not quite to what he wanted. He gets a gain of, it looks like, 3 yards on the play. and that's going to be a 2nd down and 7 yards to go for Andale. I will say for high school, I do appreciate them having hash marks out there.
Oh, it makes a huge difference.
And then also having that digital first down marker that they have automatically. I mean, you put the stick down and it shows you where the yardage is, which is pretty cool.
For us people that are math challenged, that is really good.
Yeah, I was told there's going to be no math involved tonight, Coach. 2nd down and 7, Andale quickly to the line of scrimmage. They're going to blow the call dead before it can get snapped. Look like Harper's going to keep the ball and run it himself. A pretty good shifty quarterback, the 185-pound senior, having a huge game tonight. Of course, the opening drive had a huge pass to Lane Parthener, as they do call an encroachment for the 3rd time tonight on Andale. It's going to move them back. It's going to be a 2nd down and 12 to go. But Sam Harps had a couple big passes. He's ran in virtually untouched from about 45 yards out. And, he's been so far the leading rusher. You say he's been averaging 155 yards of rushing per game for Andale, and it's very apparent with the evening he's been having against Rock Creek.
He's a real deal. I mean, he does it all. Plus, he's probably their best defensive back, too.
Quickly to the line of scrimmage once again. This time, once again, throwing yellow flags out on the field. Makes you wonder if they're lining up in if this is going to be another encroachment call. It is. This will be the 4th. Actually, this might be the 5th time now. The 5th time that they've called this on Andale tonight. So something that the coaches are definitely going to be reviewing over game film. Yep.
And I'm sure they're not doing anything different than they've done all year long, because you don't change, your alignment this late in the season.
You think it's the coach, the new set of refs that they're playing against that have never seen this Andale team?
And I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Sieben didn't see something of how they were lining up, and he probably put the bug in the ear and continues to put the bug in the ear of the official.
5 encroachment calls now for the offenses. Harp quickly rolls in. He steps back to pass. He's going to throw it kind of in a screen almost. They're going to throw a flag on that play. Carson Taburin came in his face. Looked like that might go against Rock Creek. The offensive, the hometown crowd is certainly wanting that call.
Well, I was watching the play develop, and they were trying to run that screen again, that throwback. So I didn't see what happened on the quarterback and Carson.
Yeah, I think they're going to call a personal foul, late hit on that. That's just kind of the indication you get from both the crowd and also just the way that everybody's reacting out on the field. Yep, roughing the passer. That's a very unfortunate call. Carson Taburin just a little bit too aggressive. Hey, you can't blame the guy trying to make a play in a sub-state championship game, but a personal foul is an automatic 1st down in Acacia High School football, and that's going to put it on the other side of the field now. So going from Andale's own territory down to Rock Creek's with an automatic 1st down. Andale's got the ball now, 1st down and 10 from the Rock Creek 46.
Yeah, that was a huge call because
huge call.
Could have been our first stop of the night. But like you said, Carson was being aggressive, and that's what we want.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to hand the ball off once again. This one's going to Jack Horsch. Horsch trying to find his way outside the right corner. Going to get brought down after a gain of a couple. It's going to be a 2nd down and 8 yards to go. So another stop from Rock Creek. As you said, this quarter has gone by so fast.
And Carson took out a little frustration on that running back there and took him down after a 2-yard gain.
As we're now under 2 minutes, 1:50 and running left here in the 3rd quarter. 28-7 Andale over Rock Creek. The winner goes to the state championship game next Friday night in Hutchinson, represent the western side of the brackets. On the other side, of course, is Topeka Hayden and Santa Fe Trail. As Sam Harps quickly to the line, he's going to take the snap. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to fight his way to the outside edge. Got some shoving back and forth. Of course, this is the time of the game, the time of the season, the time of the playoffs where the seniors really start to feel the impact of what this game is.
Caden Payton made a nice tackle on their quarterback, Sam Harp, that time, because after watching him play, Sam is very hard to bring down. He's very elusive, and Caden made a nice tackle to limit that, to bring up 3rd and long now.
Big 3rd and long, 3rd down and 6 to go as Rick Bertamati makes himself to the line, the center. Harp's going to take the snap. He's going to turn around. He's going to give the ball off to Horsch. Horsch is going to be patient. He's going to find a seam on the outside. He's got space. He's got gap. He's got green. He's got a couple of big hits, making some big yards after contact. He gets up. He's pumped up after that huge run. He's not going to quite get into the end zone, but he's going to get all the way down to the 1-yard line as Andale is dangerously close to scoring yet once again.
Well, and I think maybe we're getting a little worn down because we had several opportunities to tackle him, and give Jack Horsch credit. He ran through all those arm tackles.
This is what Andale does. It just, they just wear down their opponents, kind of running a wing tee, a lot of trickery. I mean, they can go a million different ways. If the Allairs, the Parthamers, and the Horsches aren't making it happen, Sam Harp's going to take it himself. If that's not happening, then they'll bring in a couple of other players, and Noah Stanley, who we've called a couple times this drive. They've got endless weapons, and they did get stopped right there, but that is going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. A little bit of a delay on the home scoreboard.
Well, one thing that is really impressive is that the ball was on the 2-yard line, and all of these fans thought they scored, except the officials are standing right there, and they could tell that they hadn't scored. But these guys have great eyesight up here.
Oh, absolutely.
Probably some of the best.
Again, I mean, if you lived in Andale, Kansas, Coach, even if this was a mid-team, you'd probably still come to every game. I know I would.
Me too.
But
this is just a great environment for football.
But when you're a dynasty, I mean, this is a dynasty is what this is that we're up against. I mean, this is a genuine powerhouse.
It is. Even when you just drive up here, it's just pretty impressive. It's not a great facility but just the tradition that you see, the board with all the championships and it's pretty impressive. And the people have been great here.
Yeah, they have.
The AD's been great. We had a gentleman cleaning our window at halftime so we could see out it because of the rain. And, they're just good people.
Yeah, absolutely. And then they get the ball once again. Ezra's going to jump over the line. Not going to be quite good enough. They're going to sneak their way in. That's going to be another Andale touchdown. More explosions, more fireworks. At the official end, there was 5 seconds left in the 3rd quarter whenever they got that snap. So it's going to be the official end of the 3rd quarter. It's also going to be an official Andale touchdown. Now, at the end of the 3rd is going to make the score 34-7 with the 2-point try coming up ahead of us.
Another Sam Harp touchdown.
Another Sam Harp touchdown. Leading rusher. And I think that is – so we came into tonight with 74 rushing touchdowns. That's the 5th touchdown of the night for Andale. And so 79 – that's 79 touchdowns on the season for this Andale Indians team. As they're actually going to be kicking an extra points. The extra point is up. Straight down K96. Making its way towards Wichita, 18 miles away. That one's good, and that's going to be 35-7. As we got some, it looks like we got some score updates, Coach.
Yeah, at the end of the 1st quarter, Smith Center and Sterling are tied at 0. Game that's kind of interesting to me because I'm a Jackson Heights grad. They're tied with Rossville 6-6.
Man.
Cunningham is ahead of Tescott 14-0. Nemaha Central is up on Osage City 7-0. Great Bend and Salina Central, another one that I'm really interested in because of the running back at Salina Central. Used to play youth football at Rock Creek.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he has rushed for 2,400 yards this year already.
Oh, wow.
Had 300 yards rushing last week against Salina South, but they're tied with Great Bend 6-6.
Wow.
And southeast of Saline is leading Hoisington 8-6, and that's all the 1st quarter scores.
Did you have any score updates on Wamego? Have you heard about that one?
I haven't seen it yet, no.
I haven't seen a Wamego just yet. Man, could you imagine having Zion Bell and that kid from Salina Central?
Oh, man.
Man.
Hayden is up on Santa Fe Trail 29-0.
I'm not one to throw in the towel just yet, right? I still believe in miracles, and crazier things have happened in Kansas Class 3A football.
That's why we play the game, isn't it?
Dang right. So we're going to make a comeback here in the big fourth quarter as the kick is going to go over the heads of our awesome kick returners, Jacob Perkins and Luke Skinner. It is going to go into the end zone. They're going to call a touchback. Rock Creek's going to take over first down and 10 with 12 minutes to go on their own 20-yard line.
You know, when things are not really going your way sometimes, mistakes are magnified. And both of those guys were talking to each other as that ball was in the air, and evidently they didn't decide who was going to take it. It went right between them, but to our advantage, it rolled into the end zone, so it's touchback. So we got it on the 20.
Those guys all season have been very good kick returners. Jacob Perkins, of course, had to miss a huge part of the season with a hand injury. He did make it back just in time for the playoffs. Had huge kick returns, for a kick return touchdown. He actually had 3 touchdowns in the opening playoff win against Smoky Valley, as Zion Bell is going to lose some yards right here. Loss of 1, kind of shot in. Andale shot in, brought down Zion. And, Zion Bell, let's talk about him. He's been a fun running back to watch this season for Rock Creek.
He's done such a good job at close to 1,500 yards rushing. And, he holds on the ball really well, has good speed and good vision.
Very dependable running back, and he certainly will be missed next season as they fake the handoff to Bell. Smith's going to roll out to the right. He's going to look for Martini, not quite able to make the connection as that one's going to land in the Andale sideline. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go now for this Rock Creek Mustang offense.
Well, with the injury to Corday Kirksey, also hurts us on the offensive line too.
It does.
He's really a good lineman on both sides of the ball.
Absolutely, playing left tackle, kind of watching the blind side most of the night for Tate Smith. As we do have trips to the left, Martini to the right. Tate Smith's going to drop back to pass. He's going to scan the field. He's going to look forward. He's going to throw to the sticks. From his knees, he's going to make the catch. Who is that? Was that Jacob Perkins? That was. Jacob Perkins going to make the catch from his knees, past the sticks. So that's going to be a Rock Creek first down. Going to stop the clock temporarily while they reset the chains. Clock's running now, 11:13 and counting, 35-7. Rock Creek now showing some hustle up and hurry as Martini's going to be the lone receiver to the left. He's going to be joined by Luke Skinner now, who's going to come out. So we got, Luke Skinner's going to run off the field. So we got trips to the rights. Pendle, looks like it's Jackson Pendle, Jacob Perkins, and Ethan Tonzer as they're going to fake the handoff to Luke Smith. Tate Smith's going to scan the field. Oh, he's going to try to find Luke Smith coming off on a wheel routes, running the sidelines. It's going to get a hand on it from Andale's number 2, Luke Parthmer. He's going to get a hand on it. It's going to fall incomplete and bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, he read that wheel route really well. And I'm glad he couldn't jump any higher because otherwise it would have been a pick 6.
2nd down and 10 now. From their own 32-yard line, Zion Bell back in the lineup once again. He's going to stand just to the right of Tate Smith. He's going to run a quick little misdirection routes. He's going to get chopped up in the backfield. That's going to be a huge defensive stop by Alex Kraus of Andale. Shooting in there, getting a hold of Zion. Zion's going to get to the original line of scrimmage. He's lucky he didn't lose any yardage on that play. And it's going to bring up 3rd down and 10 now. As time's moving fast, Coach. The season's winding down for Rock Creek.
It is, and I tell you, when you can't control the line of scrimmage, it makes it so tough to be able to run the ball. And we're just having a lot of trouble controlling that line of scrimmage right now.
Smith's going to scan the field. He's going to look to the left. He's going to try to find Luke Smith. Luke Smith couldn't quite rein that ball in as it was kind of overshot a little bit outside of his reach. It's going to be incomplete, and it's going to bring up 4th down now for Rock Creek.
Well, and they're only rushing 3, so they're dropping 8 in coverage, and it's pretty easy to cover that field with 8 guys, and so there's not very good throwing lanes right now, and that's what hurts you when you can't run the ball. And since we can't run the ball, and with the score, it's tough to run the ball very much too.
For the 2nd time tonight, Rock Creek's going to punt the ball. Jackson Pendle Legatron is going to stand back. First time he punted was from his own end zone. This time he has some more breathing room. Actually, it's the third punt of the evening, forgive me, as it takes a bounce, and that's going to be picked up by Andale, and that's going to be brought back by number 15. That is going to be Sam Harp, the quarterback, the kick returner on that play. Pretty good overall ball player, and honestly, probably the player of the night for both sides is Sam Harp, without a doubt, as Andale's going to get the ball now, as we're going to see their offense yet once again, as it looks like we have an injured Mustang on the far.
It's Caden Payton. He was down. He made the tackle, and he was down at the end of the play, and it's something with a lower body. He hopped off, but then he laid down as soon as he got over there.
Since he's on the sideline, play is going to resume from the 44-yard line quickly to the offensive line once again. It doesn't matter what the score is. It looks like they're going to call another encroachment. You can see it on this one. It's a little bit closer to us. We're actually going to call false starts on Andale. For a team that's had 9 penalties, they're still controlling the game pretty well.
Yeah. And I would think that'd be not very normal for them to have that many penalties. At least I didn't see very many penalties in all the film I watched.
You know, one thing Rock Creek could have really benefited from tonight was a few takeaways. But it has been a good, clean ball game from both sides when it comes to takeaways. There hasn't been a single turnover in this whole game.
No, and that's what we needed to do. We needed to turn them over. But once again, just like you said, they also rely on a lot of turnovers.
They do, absolutely. I mean, the way that they're so fast, as that's just a rumbling, bumbling, stumbling from Afton Allaire, the 220-pound junior, on a first down and 15, getting a gain of 13 on that play, just coming through, and that's a big kid coming in pretty fast.
They lined up in the full T that time, and he just hit the hole extremely quick. They didn't even have a lead blocker. He just hit it that fast, and with a 7-yard gain. It's tough to bring down a 220-pound back when he gets ahead of his team going.
As it gets to the Rock Creek side of the field yet once again. No matter what the score is, man, this Andale team just gets sets up real fast as Eric Tim comes in, showing a corner blitz. First, real pressure on one of Sam Harp's throws all nights. That's going to be caught by Andale for a huge first down. They're going to move the sticks. More importantly for them, the clock is going to continue to run as we are now 8 minutes and 45 seconds left here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive by Sam because we had that blitz coming, and he came free, and he knew he was going to get hit. And Jack Horse came out of the backfield on a seam route and had a huge gain.
As they're going to hand the ball off to Afton Allaire, that big 220-pound junior. Going to keep it straight up the middle on a halfback dive. Going to get a gain of 4 yards and then just keep on cruising. The clock's going to keep rolling. They're gaining more positive yardage.
And this is what they're built for.
This is exactly what they do.
Yeah, just roll and burn clock.
I mean, since the early 2000s, when you look back at the past coach, I mean, this is just what Andale has become known for, is just this style of football to where they just wear you down. And look at it. I mean, there hasn't been a single time that they've ran up to the line of scrimmage to where they haven't hustled. Every player's bought in. Every player's hustled, put max effort in every play. You know, Coach Dylan Schmidt, man, you got to give him a hats off. And actually, really honestly, this whole entire Andale community, this is a sold-out crowd. We say it again, you can't quite see it from the television angle that you see, but the crowd's sold out. Everybody's into it. Everybody's booing. They're still booing. They're up 35-7 with 7 minutes left, and they're still booing everything. They're so into it. I honestly, when the 4A state volleyball tournament went down on Halloween weekend, Rock Creek was in there. My niece plays for Rock Creek, Brooklyn Dye, shout out. Andale, they were 36-1 in volleyball. The whole town showed up for that, and they were so loud. The loudest presence in the entire gym was the Andale faithful. And so, I mean, you got to give your hats off to this program, this town, you couldn't pay money for this, Coach.
They are a sports community. Like you said, their team just kind of typifies the town.
Absolutely.
They're just tough. They work hard. And the coach before Dylan Smith was Gary O'Hare, and probably one of the best guys I ever coached against, as far as class act and good Christian guy. And I see Dylan's following in his footsteps.
As Jack Horsch is going to take the ball. He's going to bounce off Wade Rottinghouse, and he's going to find the outside edge, and he's going to sneak in for a big touchdown. As that's, we're still not going to admit defeat, Coach. We're not doing it.
No.
But 41-7 now, 6:23 left in the fourth quarter, and it looks like, I'm not going to jump the gun here, but it looks like Andale in their 9th straight sub-state championship game is going to be punching their ticket to the state championship once again.
Well, they have a good lead because now they're kicking an extra point.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll do the 2-pointers until they get control. As that's why they don't kick extra points. They don't do it very often. As they got more ground than ball on that one. It gets picked up. They tried to go ahead and put it in for 2. Not going to quite happen, as they're going to get tackled out of bounds, and that's going to be a 41-7 margin. I mean, there's a reason why they have a 40-point margin of victory on average throughout the whole entire season. Actually, 63 points is the average of what they score.
Yeah.
They haven't lost in anything less than 40 points or won by anything less than 40 points.
And it is our guys are feeling, I mean, they can read the clock and they can see the score.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're starting to realize, hey, we have a lot of seniors, and they're starting to realize that my career is just about to end. And so it is really tough to finish this game off because I know exactly how they feel, and I know exactly what they're going through. But I think our guys, if we can get decent field position, just put together one more drive to end on a positive note, that would be a huge win for Rock Creek, I think.
Looking at all the seniors, of course, Zion Bell, Declan McKinney, Ezra Spiller, Jesse Lies, Carson Taburin, Caden Payton. We've also got Wade Rottinghouse, Nick Allen, Marcelo Ibarra, Corday Kirksey, Ryan Wickman, Cole Greenwood, Grady Hastertz, and Ethan Tonzer and Peter Martini, the seniors. Does this kind of feel similar, Coach, kind of getting to Andale again, kind of like back in the day when we used to have those Mid-East League battles, and it would be kind of getting through C.J. Hamilton and Silver Lake? Does this have that same kind of feeling for you?
Yeah, and Andale ended our run in 2008 in the sub-state championship, and we played it at Manhattan at Bishop Stadium.
That's right.
Because we didn't have enough seating for 4A. We were 4A that year.
As we got a new returner on this play, that's going to be Jackson. Wrong side of the rooster. That's actually going to be Luke Lee, the kickoff returner on that play, as he's going to get the ball up to the 35-yard line. That's where Rock Creek's going to take over now, 1st down and 10. But, yeah, there's got to be, Andale. This is the story of 2 programs right here, right? Andale, they've had a dynasty going for most of the 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, going back to Coach O'Neill, I mean, all those years that he was ahead of it. I mean, if you look at the state stats, I mean, it goes back to 2002 that they've been playing this quality of level of football. It used to be, we've mentioned it, but it used to be the Silver Lakes of the world that used to do the same thing.
And, there's still, I see a lot of clean jerseys out there for Andale right now. In fact, I don't think they have a starter on the field, but that kid just came up and made a great tackle on one of our better athletes, Carson Taburin. This JV team probably plays a lot of football on varsity nights. And
from what it sounds like, I don't think their JV team or their freshman team lost a game all season either. It's just a winning culture, and it's what they do. And Zion Bell gets spun around, gets knocked around in the backfield, as it's kind of getting down to it, kind of dwindling down, Coach.
Yeah, Zion hasn't had the greatest night tonight, but I was going through the stats. He was ranked number 12 all classes on the state rushing list coming into this tonight, and so that's a huge accomplishment. Tate Smith was ranked 19th on the passing list, so the future's bright because he is a sophomore.
Absolutely. Well, we just went through the roster and just name dropped all the seniors. as that's going to be a pass. We do have a new quarterback in, or Tate Smith. We have a couple new players in, as that ball is going to fall incomplete. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 12 to go. But looking at the roster, we name dropped all the seniors, all those guys playing their final games tonight. Lots of great players, specifically on the offense and defensive line of the ball, and also as the linebackers. But just even looking at the Rock Creek roster, there's lots of 9s, 10s, and 11s on that roster that's going to continue this program forward. As Tate Smith is going to throw, he's going to try to find Jacob Perkins. That's going to be knocked and jarred loose by Andale. It's going to fall incomplete. That's going to be a turnover on downs. And so Andale is going to get the ball yet once again with 4 minutes and 53 seconds left here in the fourth quarter.
Hey, another stat that I'm going to throw out, because Wade has had an amazing year this year, Wade Rottinghouse. He's number 3 on that state list with sacks, with 13 sacks, which is pretty impressive.
Absolutely. As Andale takes over now, 4 minutes and 53 seconds left. Now, Wade Rottinghouse, is he also a good wrestler too? Did I hear that correctly?
He is a good wrestler, yeah.
Good wrestlers usually make pretty good football players, and also Andale, going back to these guys, Andale has quite a few wrestlers on their team as well. I mean, Andale's just a sports school. They are. Volleyball won states. Football is making it back to the state championship. We did the 1A, backroads broadcasting. I was lucky enough to be the voice of the 1A, 2A, 4A state championships for cross country at the Wamego Country Club a few weeks ago. There was a lot of Andale names that were running in state cross country as well. I mean, it's just an athletic school.
Well, and so in 2008 when we played Andale, they had a player on that team that played at K-State for 4 years, started for 4 years, and then played in the NFL for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Do you know who that is?
That is my boy, actually. He lives in Manhattan again. Did you know that?
Yeah, I do.
Good old B.J. Finney.
Yeah, he was my son's roommate too, and
that's cool.
They lived together. But B.J.'s a good guy. We had a little trouble with B.J. on that night at Manhattan.
Well, again, the winning tradition has been long-standing for Andale, as we got 3rd down and 7 now. You did make a good note. Lots of clean jerseys, lots of players getting rotated in and out of this sub-state championship game, as the winner of this ball game tonight is going to be punching a ticket next Friday nights, the 28th at Gowan Stadium in Hutchinson. 6 p.m. will be the sites of the 3A state championship game, as Rock Creek makes a pretty good stop right here, brings up 4th down and 5 to go. Clock's still running. We're just north of 3 minutes left, as Andale's now starting to stand up, cheering their boys on 4th down. See, even the Andale doesn't quit. Everybody's standing up. They're clapping. 4th down and 5. They're up 41-7, and this crowd's still super into this game. I mean, honestly, with high school football, I've never seen anything like this place.
Yeah, no, this is pretty special, and we could get a key stop here.
As our new quarterback for Andale this time, it's going to be number 5. That's going to be Braden Spexarth is going to throw the ball. It's going to fall incomplete. And honestly, Coach, by my count, that's the first time tonight. Is that the first time tonight that Andale has actually turnover on downs?
Turnover on downs, first time.
It was.
Yeah. But, I mean, that's nothing unusual for them.
No.
And they're going to be tough to beat. That'll be a good matchup, Hayden and Andale.
Absolutely.
And they've matched up in the state championship game, I believe, 2 or 3 other times.
Big shout out at the Sports Don in our YouTube comments. But Andale, it looks like it's going to be Andale Hayden next weekend, as Hayden's winning 32-0 just before halftime in the other side of the brackets. Ooh, also looking at a score, looks like Manhattan's up on Derby 14-0 second quarter. So best of luck to the Manhattan High Indians. Hopefully, that Derby and so now actually last text we had, so Manhattan's up now 21-7 over Derby. With us being Manhattan guys, I have a Manhattan address. I've lived in Manhattan for a long time. I'm all Manhattan through and through.
Shout out to Zabel for giving us that text, to update that score.
Man, Zabel, that's a Pottawatomie County name, isn't it? That's as Pottawatomie County is Ebert or an Ebert.
Yeah.
Depends on which side of the quarter you're looking at.
Nemaha Central's up on Osage City 15-13, which is a good contest tonight. Southeast Saline's 22-12 over Hoisington.
Absolutely.
Axtell is up 16-6 over Hanover.
Ooh, Tate Smith's going to fire the ball deep over the middle, trying to find Luke Skinner. It hit Skinner right in the paws and bounced out just as quickly as that's going to bring up now. In the fourth quarter, it's been all Andale all night. It's been all Andale all season. It's been all Andale basically all this century, Coach.
Yeah, and you were talking about playing a clean game. They have. There hasn't been fumbles. There hasn't been interceptions. Or really not too many drop passes.
Especially with a wet field and a wet ball. I mean, there really hasn't been. As Jackson Pendle gets the screen now, takes a knee after getting about a gain of about 7 yards. Gets close to the Andale side of the ball, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 2 to go as that clock keeps on rolling. 2-2-2 on the scoreboard as we look at it. And, again, they're going to give the ball off to Zion Bell. Bell, man, see, those are the runs that Zion Bell has been doing throughout his career, throughout this season. That's been so fun. Hits the edge on the outside. Whenever you're a senior in high school.
Yeah. I had a young man one time that didn't break the scale to 100, and he talked me into. He said, "Coach, you can't put 98 pounds on the roster. You got to at least put 100." And I did, and that kid started for me in the secondary at 98 pounds. One of the toughest kids I ever coached. So there's. That's the great thing about football. Anybody can play this sport if they want to.
Well, like the movie Rudy said, the most important documentary of our lives, the movie Rudy, talked about, I wish most of my players had I wish you had their size and they had your heart. Yep. And that is a lot to be said about the game of football, as Rock Creek doesn't quite make the first down on that 4th down, and it looks like that might be the final time our offense touches the ball this season, as that's another turnover on downs. As you see Zion Bell walking off the field, that remarkable halfback who had a huge season. You see Peter Martini, who actually didn't even start the season playing football.
And he just realized how much it meant to him, how much he missed the game, and came out and had a great year.
Man, that Clay Center game, his first game back, he had a 75-yard streak over the middle when Tate Smith had the start, and it was a straight seam and a bomb and just a beautiful pitch and catch and a huge touchdown. And, Peter Martini's going to be walking off this field no matter what, with the satisfaction of knowing that he came back out and played football.
Yeah. And this team has made history.
Absolutely.
They tied for the best, the best record in Rock Creek football. 11-1.
I mean, that's the best record K-State's ever had.
Yeah.
K-State's hit 11 wins, I think, one time. Or was it twice? Something like that.
Yeah.
To hit 11 wins at any level is remarkable.
It's hard.
It is. It's dang hard. And to get to the Final Four, this is only the 4th time in school history that Rock Creek has hit the Final Four, first time since you were coaching.
Yeah.
2011, as we see Andale taking the final knees, as Andale puts their fists in the air. Rock Creek needs to hold their heads up high, without a doubt.
A great
11-win season. An 11-1 season. I mean, just look at the sports run that Rock Creek's been on the last several years. Last year, lots of runner-ups. You know, softball made it to states. Baseball was a state runner-up. Basketball was state runner-up. Football got upset a little bit early, but volleyball made it to – they were state runners-up last year. The future is bright for the Rock Creek Mustangs, and they just came up against a really, really tough, dynastic Andale team.
A very good football team. And, you know, it'll be fun to see how they and Hayden match up next week at the state championship game. But to be in the Final Four in football, I mean, that's a huge accomplishment. You know, hats off to Coach Sieben and all the staff that they put in all the hours and work so hard to make these kids have this success. And the kids work hard in the weight room all year long, all summer. So, I mean, it was a great year for them.
Really disappointing, you know. Yeah, we're feeling it too. You've felt this many times over the years, and just knowing what those players are going through. I was in high school, 22 years ago now. Just threw that out there. You know, my junior year of high school at Dodge City, we went over. We didn't win a single game that year. And so to make 11 wins, to make it to the Final Four, again, we can say it all night long, is just a huge accomplishment. And Rock Creek really, outside the pain of feeling that this is the finality of high school football, that they should be holding their heads up high.
Yeah. No, they have nothing to be ashamed about, but I know the pain they're feeling right now, and that, you know, mainly because they won't do this with their buddies anymore.
If you're Coach Sieben, I know you were the one that had to find the words to console your team after a loss. 28 straight years. What's Coach Sieben saying to his boys right now?
Well, you just remind them that you love them and you appreciate all the hard work that they've put in, and there's nothing that you can say that eases that pain they feel for a little bit, but they'll get over it. Except you will always remember these days, and that's why I told the guys, you know, you're making memories that'll last a lifetime, and you know, the guys will be glad they did this.
They had to earn their spot to come to Andale, right? They knew, being in the West in 3A, that all roads would be going through Andale. Mm-hmm. They knew that.
Yep.
They earned the right to get here, and they could have lost last week to Cheney. They could have not came back from behind and lost to Heston the week before, or even lost to Smoky Valley. They earned the right to be here, and it was that 7-minute and 27-second drive to start off the game was tough for Rock Creek to overcome.
It was really hard, and it kind of set the tone. I mean, you know, that's probably why Coach Smith took the ball to start with. You know, he wanted to set the tone early, and he has a lot of confidence in his offense, which I don't blame him. But that probably is what he did to set that tone, and you know, it's made it tough for our guys. But I'm very proud of this team. I thought they represented themselves really well. Once again, I saw great sportsmanship again, which we talked about last week against Cheney, how they were helping each other up. You know, this is a class group of young men, and you know, I'm proud to be a Mustang.
Absolutely. That's one of the things you have to love about the area that we live in. You know, it's a Manhattan thing. It's a St. George. It's a Pottawatomie County, Riley County thing. Like, that's the kind of kids that we raise, and it's reflected here on the field tonight, despite the loss. Well, once again, thank you so much for tuning in to this Sub-State Championship game on Backroads Broadcasting. We're going to step aside for just a moment. We're going to gather our thoughts. We're going to try to round up some scores from across the state, kind of see how the other area teams are doing, how the Wamigos are doing. Oh, man. We just got a Wamigo update. We'll break that out for you. We'll regroup, and we'll come back, and we'll gather our thoughts, and we'll be back here in just a few minutes. Once again, thank you so much for tuning into this Backroads Broadcasting, powered by Rampage Academy presentation of the Sub-State Championship game. This is exclusive coverage of Rock Creek Mustang football.
This is my time. I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time. Ready to shine. Brighter than all of the lights. This when it's game time. Seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Beating the buzzer like, this is my time. This is my moment. You better bet that I'm on it. Ready and set, I'ma own it. Blast it to 10, then keep going. There ain't no coasting, I never settled on play. Putting the kettle to flame. I go 100 all day. Foot on the pedal, no brakes. 10, 9, paid on my dues, waited in line. 8, 7, now it's my time that I take mine. 6, 5, king of the jungle, heart of a lion. 4, 3, 2, 1, watch out, here I come.
All right, welcome back once again to Andale High School, Andale Stadium, Sedgwick County, Kansas. Sub-state championship. Final score, Andale. The Andale Indians in their 9th straight sub-state championship are going to try to make it 6 out of the next 7 state titles, as they do win the sub-state championship over Rock Creek with the final score of 41-7. As Tyler Jackson is joined alongside by Coach Mike Beam. Coach Beam, my friend, I mean, no matter what Rock Creek would have done tonight, Andale is Andale for a reason, right?
They are. They're a different beast. I mean, they are such a well-oiled machine right now, and have been for years. But it will be a tough task for somebody to beat them in the state championship, for Hayden to pull that off. But it'll be a great matchup. They've split in the state championship before, I believe, and so I mean I don't know. It'll be a tough team to beat Andale.
Before Andale lost to Rock Creek 2 years ago, or before they lost to Cheney two years ago, they had a 57-game winning streak, which was the nation's longest winning streak at that point. And since then, this was their 25th straight win. So they've had 2 losses out of the last 82 football games.
Yeah, what was Dylan's record, Coach Smith's record, 107-2 or 107
I think that's 109-4.
109-4.
109-4.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's
no, not too shabby at all. As we see Andale now out at midfield partying. They got all their family and friends out there. Rock Creek made their way back to the locker room on what has become a rather overall chilly evening here at Andale High School. Big shout out to Coach Jerry Brummett, the Rock Creek High School. We got to give her a shout out.
Oh yeah,
she's a Rock Creek High School softball coach. Sending a text message saying love hearing us broadcast this. Coach Beam, it's been an honor to be able to do this with you, my friends.
It's been great.
Man, this takes us back to the old radio days.
It does.
It really is pretty cool. But before we sign off, we have to go through and break out some scores, right? Do we have some score updates from across the state, or at least some of our area teams?
Halftime, Axtell is leading Hanover 16-14. And Jody Miller and Jeremy Lenning both sent us in the score of Cape of Mount Carmel's beating Wamego 42-0.
Man.
And we saw earlier that Manhattan was up 21-7. Hayden was up 29-0 over Santa Fe Trail. Lebec County and Miege at the end of the first quarter was 0-0, and I haven't seen another score there. Gardner Edgerton and Olathe Northwest 14-14. St. James Academy is up 7-0 over Baser Linwood, and a good friend of mine's the coach at Baser. Hopefully they can pull that out. Yeah,
St. James Academy. So my buddy, his son is he was the 4A player of the year last year for St. Thomas Aquinas.
Oh.
And we went to the sub-state championship game between St. Thomas Aquinas and St. James Academy, and those two are always some big battles. And so St. James, that's a pretty big. If Baser Linwood could pull that off, that'd be a huge win.
Big win. And Salina Central's up 16-6 over Great Bend, and we're rooting for the other Mustangs there at Salina Central and Cooper Reeves. And that's kind of what we have so far on the scores.
Absolutely. Well, my friend, it's been a fun season of Rock Creek Mustang football. Got to give a big shout out to Backroads Broadcasting.
Yeah.
The law firm of Cody and Cody. Cody Liming, Cody Roach, those two put this production together. They've done a really good job of not only just doing Rock Creek football, but they've also they did the state cross country for NFHS, and this game was also simultaneously streamed, not just on YouTube, but also on NFHS. And so big thank you to Cody and Cody. We also have to give a big shout out to Xander Dick, our sideline reporter. Did a great job tonight. Senior in high school, get to do high school games as a senior. That's pretty awesome. And then also a big shout out to Nate Bortnick, our sideline camera operator. As we can hear Nate's phone ringing right now. No big deals. He yells a big sorry. But otherwise, Coach, a big game, big time, big 11-win season as Rock Creek season comes to a close, but 11-1.
Yeah, 11-1, great year. I'm proud of those guys, and the future looks bright. And I appreciate Cody giving us the opportunity to do this.
Yeah, the law firm of Cody and Cody. Of course, there's some advertising if you'd like to join us, which we've had some fine advertisers throughout the nights. Oh, my goodness gracious, Coach. We never did go back to the Bandit Brain Teaser, the answer for that in the second half. You did get it. You nailed it right on the money. So the Bandit Brain Teaser for tonight was the question, the trivia question, of course. Brain Teaser brought to you by Shortstop. No matter where you're going or how long it takes to get you there, you'll always have time for a shortstop. So the name Andale is a combination of the last names of which two pioneer families, and it was the Andersons and the Dales. The town of Andale, Kansas was founded in the early 1800s or 1880s, right alongside the railroad, positioning to benefit from shipping and transporting in rural Sedgwick County. And so when you see the Andale Cardinals tonight, you're not just looking at, when you're looking at the Andale Indians tonight, you're not just looking at another high school team. You're seeing the community who was forged in the settlement and railroad industry era of Kansas. So big thank you to all of our sponsors. Of course, big thank you to Shortstop for sponsoring the Bandit Brain Teaser all season long. Thank you as well to Farmers State Bank. Thank you to Faith Furniture in Manhattan. They've had our back. They've had every touchdown all season long. Thank you to Fox Home Innovations for tonight's extra points. Thank you to Sunflower Consulting and Bookkeeping. Big thank you to Price Physical Therapy. I know you've been seeing
Big
those
fan.
guys.
Big fan. Brian was able to get me here tonight, so I appreciate all the work that he does.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you want to advertise with us next season, we've been getting lots of viewers for Rock Creek games and state games across the state of Kansas. You'll have to reach out to Cody at Cody or Cody. I think if you just throw Cody out, if you just kind of throw it like some bubble gum at the wall, it's going to stick no matter if you just yell Cody. It's going to stick no matter what. But we probably better get out of here before they kick us out. Coach Beam, once again, big shout out, my friend.
Thank you, Tyler. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. I sure appreciate you. So on behalf of our executive producer, Cody Roach, our director, Cody Liming, our sideline reporter, Mr. Xander Dick, our sideline camera operator, Nate Bortnick, and for Coach Mike Beam, I'm Tyler Jackson signing off from Andale. From the Sub-State Championship game, Andale wins it 41-7. You've been watching exclusive coverage of Rock Creek Mustang football on Backroads Broadcasting, powered by Rampage Academy. We won't just see you later. We'll BRB.